Well, hello. I'm Matt. Welcome to the good life. I do a little radio show from my backyard in the hills of Encino. I'm a lucky guy. In fact, I'd say luckier than most. I have lots of friends that I like to call stars. Hey, in fact, there's one now. You probably know Ryan Stiles, Drew Carey Show. Whose line is it anyway? Black Hawk Down?
I wasn't in Black Hawk Down, Matt. That wasn't me, okay? What are you doing here?
The gate was actually open. I thought I'd take a little jacuzzi-roo.
I got company coming over, okay? People that matter, okay? Get up, go.
Bubbles feel so good,
Look,
Brian.
Matt, you know what? You gotta stop doing this, okay? I can't be coming home with the wife and kids and you're in my tub, okay? Just get out.
I'm not wearing nothing.
Doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
Got the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
He's just passed out.
Oh,
Yeah. Hey, that didn't sound too bad. Huh? The lightning bump down.
oh man.
We're here with Matt.
Oh, yeah.
At the lightning.
Oh, little Outlaw Radio.
We're here with Matt. And he's not fat. We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
If you're watching and or listening to us live, then big happy 249th birthday. The old gal has never looked better. Never looked better. Now we're on to our 250th celebration, a year from yesterday. Unless, of course, you're watching this late, it could be any old damn time. Happy Independence Day. I'm Magic Matt on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Name that so you could find it easier because of all the fake outlaw radios out there on YouTube, on Rumble, on X. Got to punch in Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Has anyone seen, P.S., that's Tattoo Dave over there at the helm. Yeah, he's back.
Good morning.
Oh, he's back. He's back. My brother Mark, he's back. He's back. Mark C.G. Boyer. He's back, but his mic's not on, which could be a blessing and a blessing.
Mike's not either. It is on. They're all on.
Anybody seen that that tuna ad that is popping up every 5 seconds on social media now? This quality tuna?
No.
And you haven't. But you're on social media, right?
A little bit, yeah, but I mean,
I'm on YouTube all the time during the week, and I hate YouTube so effing much. I mean, F them. We grow leaps and bounds, and then they remove some of our views. I don't know how they get away with this crap, but they do, and they do it all the time. We were way beyond where we are, even though we surpassed the last few weeks right now, currently. And anyone out there getting the short clips, the little YouTube shorts?
Yeah, the ones that you're doing?
Yeah,
it's great.
Okay, cool.
I'm
cool.
making sure to like every one of them.
Oh, good.
Of course, because you're in every one of them.
Good. Thank you, Tattoo Dave.
I am not.
Whatever,
Marty.
but someone's got to do it, man. Yeah, and some of those are nice little ditties. You know,
we need to get them on TikTok.
Yeah, you're right, but you blew that for us. And
I did no such thing.
Well, you. Here's the thing. See, I can't throw you under the bus, Tattoo Dave, completely for this because you brought the gal in to do this, so it was you who accentuated the positive in bringing that lovely gal from Northern California in to fix us up with social media, and then it was you who blew the deal.
Well,
but
I mean,
you have your reasons. And by the way, for those of you who just tuned into Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, this was a relationship that Dave had with a lovely gal in Northern California, and she knew the ins and outs, like the only one amongst us who knew the ins and outs of social media. So she fixed us up. She did some great stuff, and then the relationship went into the old coffin. And that's where we are. And, so I can't, if I had brought her on and then Tattoo Dave had pissed her off, that'd be different. But Dave brought her into the fold, and I guess if he brought her into the fold, he can extricate her right out.
Yeah, but listen, I mean, the bottom line is that, yes,
She was
I brought
good,
her
man.
in, she was good.
Smart.
And you developed a relationship with her on your own.
Yeah,
so
but
whatever you guys had going was nothing to do with me.
But Dave, not really, because I would never tamper on your relationship. So the
No, I didn't mind that at all.
but
I mean,
understand this: the emails between us were few and far between, and it was all just business stuff. And I never even asked about the parting of the ways, because I don't do that. I don't dive into personal situations, but. Man, I do feel like she sort of screwed us, because I got the impression that regardless of your relationship, Tattoo Dave and this gal in Northern California, that she would continue on helping us.
Yeah, I did too.
Because she liked the show.
Yeah,
so
I did too, and
So
that's
you
what
mean
I
you're
thought.
gonna-
And believe me, the parting of the ways was not my idea. Like,
Yeah.
we just,
I
the
believe
distance
that.
thing was far.
Oh, yeah.
She's 10 hours away,
Yeah.
flying in, flying out. I couldn't do it, and it was just decided. I didn't realize that it was going to
Then
be a
why?
complete
Then why?
shutdown.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's so weird that she would just say, "Screw you guys."
What I think is she met somebody closer and and that was it.
What? That takes all her time now? What?
Yeah, apparently, or
Whatever.
doesn't want her mingling with exes or whatever.
Okay, well, that's too much control over anyone, and that can't last unless she likes that sort of thing. And by the way,
I didn't think she did, but
there are many. Well, yeah, but
You're really jumping to conclusions. You don't know this for a
no,
fact.
we don't, Martin. We don't know any of this. We have no idea what went down, except that we were on a roll. Hey, and we're still on a roll because we have upped our subscription base. So thank you for subscribing to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, which is meaningless for this show on the great terrestrial stations throughout the nation, and only the greatest, those great little companies, and not so little, by the way, but with really good taste, including but not limited to our friends in Wisconsin. Happy 249th birthday, Wisconsin, and all the other, some of the other states. They're not all 249 years old, but many of them are. So you haven't seen the tuna ad. And I'm watching this tuna ad, and I'm thinking, it's all about putting new lipstick on a pig. And you can do that, but Dave, here's the smart move. You can do that with anything. Anything, you reinvent it by saying, well, we have the best tuna in the world. And then they compare it with the sloppy crap, that I'll tend to buy on occasion. And it's sloppy and it should be fed to the cats.
yeah, oily, gross, red meat.
Yeah, I'm just surprised you
I will
have.
never buy that.
I'm just surprised you haven't seen.
I may
seen that
have
ad.
seen it, and it didn't really catch
Okay,
my
okay.
eye like it caught yours. I
Okay,
don't know.
then what about the knife ad? Have you seen the knife ad?
But I've seen
Where you-
the Japanese knife guy.
Yeah, where the voiceover says, "Friends told me I was crazy."
Yes.
Oh, shut up!
Yeah.
Where the friends told me I was crazy.
Yeah.
No, nobody told you you were crazy.
And no good knife is $29. Sorry.
Right?
Sorry.
Yeah, we know that. We know it's a scam-a-lemma ding-dong, unless they become a sponsor of Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Then,
gotta
of
get
course,
solid-
In which case, we will all have
Solid
one.
white albacore tuna is the only thing.
it is.
And
It
when
is.
Joni- when-
Yeah, but Mark, you
when-
got to check out this new
I've seen
product.
it. I've seen it.
I thought you said
almost
no.
got it. I never said no. I didn't say
Oh,
anything.
okay. Well,
I almost got some because it's like,
I
well,
know, because it's marketed so well.
It is.
It's
Good
about
marketing.
marketing. And how about the marketing of these mini air conditioners?
Yes.
Have you seen these?
Yes.
Yeah, the big air conditioning companies want you to stop, or want to stop us down. No, they don't. They don't care about you. And P.S.
They don't work.
They don't work.
I've tried them.
They
I've tried
P.S.
them.
Neither do we.
They don't. But These little things don't work.
I've tried all different
Right?
types.
It's a
No.
scam-a-lama ding-dong.
If you remember, I
Then they
had
talk
one.
about the NASA, this was a NASA scientist, but depending on the ad you see, it'll be someone from Scranton who is a genius like Elon Musk. Yeah, Mark
There's
C.T. Moore?
there's
Turn up his mic a little because he's
There's
a low talker.
YouTube,
Get on that mic, man.
individual who buys these products, tests them, and debunks them.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, and he's funny.
yeah,
That particular ad you're referring to?
yeah.
The NASA,
About the air
NASA
conditioners.
engineer is stock footage.
Yeah, of course it is. It's all...
nothing to, yeah, it's a total ripoff.
It's all stock footage, but people are still there buying this crap. You know, it's like this. It's the scam-a-lama ding-dongs that invade your internet from India. I've been, have you ever watched any of these where they're nailing the scammers? Man, this is entertaining stuff. Not to give you another reason to watch YouTube, the only reason you should be spending any time on YouTube is because of this show, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
And if you see the little puppy that's supposed to be almost real,
No.
and they show the ad of the dog,
Okay, hold on.
barking and running around.
Hold on, my friends. Now you can trace what Mark is watching because...
It's an ad.
Because I know that, but I've never seen it. Mart, have you?
Yes.
Oh, you have?
Complete
When I'm
scam.
watching Instagram, I see it a lot.
Yeah. So does it look real?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Does it really?
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jumps up and down, friggin' runs around. Yeah, it looks crazy.
And
Looks
probably
like a
probably
real
won't
dog.
chew up everything.
And it won't pee in your bed.
My dog's never peed in the house.
No peeing in the bed. He's not talking about your dog. That's Tattoo Dave.
I know.
I mean, he could be, but he didn't say that.
No.
Yeah. So
I'm just talking
anyway.
about dogs in general.
Anyway, mini air conditioners, the cheap knives, and the tuna. Just stop it already.
What I was saying is my ex used to buy that real cheapo, crappy tuna. Whether it be Bumblebee, they all
Yeah,
make
yeah.
the crap too. They make the good
Of
stuff.
course.
They make the crap.
Of
So what
course.
it is, you open it up.
Yeah.
You look in there, and there's little black specks. And
Oh,
stuff in
yeah.
there. It's like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
That's why you get that solid white.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
Yeah.
Very nicely filleted. You can eat it right out of the can. It's beautiful. And you know, it's $1 more. I always used to tell my ex, I'll pay the extra $1 or $2. I don't care. I work too damn hard not to get what I want. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Screw that.
Well, our former producer, Lori Downey Jr., she
Well,
used
she's
to...
like me in that way.
She used to say, you should have what you want.
Yeah.
You should have what you
well,
want.
something to be said about that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's easier said than done. Not all of us can have what we want.
You get what you need.
I feel really, really bad about the kids who have not who have come up missing. They're
Texas?
in Texas.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That happened,
This-
at 7:30 this morning or something?
No,
Our time.
couple days ago, man.
Oh.
This just sucks. It was a flash flood in a children's summer camp, and was it the police chief who was questioned? And I think they were real good questions. It's like you were told this was coming, but yet you didn't evacuate the site. And he said, well, we had no idea it was going to be like this. I think there's going to be hell to pay. But my God, I cannot stop thinking about the parents of these kids and thinking about my daughter. And if this happened to me, my life would be over. I would be distraught. It understates the way I would feel. But it was the Guadalupe River. And yeah, it started on Friday. It was a flash flood through a summer camp in the Texas Hill Country, an area that I never visited, that I can remember when my home was Houston, Texas.
Yeah, what was it? What part of Texas?
It was Texas Hill Country. It's the
Hill country,
only part, because Texas is
The
very...
Guadalupe River is pretty big. I think.
Yeah, oh yeah. And it filled up quickly, man. And at least
24 people dead.
At least, and there are going to be more.
There's going to be at least those 20 more kids.
Including the owner of one of the camps. This is ugly. And speaking of ugly, we book him. He says he'd love to return to the show. First time we met him was at the Beverly Hills Hotel so many years ago. Turned out to be one of the greatest guys ever. Michael Madsen of Kill Bill, Reservoir Dog star. He goes and dies on us.
Yeah.
The man, can't wait to come back to the show, and then he dies on us.
He loved us the
He
night
did.
that he did our show.
And we loved him,
He
man.
was up in the Polo Lounge after the show. I got him a martini. I go,
Yeah, but start with how we met him.
Well,
Because
He walked up to the table, he goes,
we would broadcast
Yeah.
from the Beverly Hills Hotel for the night of 100 has-beens.
Yeah.
Did I say that? Let me take that back.
Come
night
on,
of
man.
night
People
of
like Lou Ferrigno there.
No,
bro.
all right, I rest my case.
Anyway.
No, nothing. I like Lou. He's a good
I
patriot.
like you too, man.
He's a good American.
Anyway, yeah.
But we would be there every year broad chasing
Great
for the night of
time.
100 Stars, and we were the only ones that selected the outside area right next to the ballroom. Why? Because we could smoke there. And as it turns out, that attracted everyone. Celebrity in that joint.
Including Shelley Long.
Everyone. They came out and they sat with us. So it was genius,
Yeah.
not knowing that this would be a superlative, but it was, because most of these, what have I said about actresses? 99% of them smoke. Oh yeah.
Shelley Long was a cigarette smoker?
I
She
don't know.
Her daughter, I think.
Yeah,
she had her daughter.
I
with
think
her
her daughter was a smoker.
Yeah.
But we met Michael Madsen.
So he walks out. He's like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" "Oh, doing." And I said, "Yeah, you want to sit down?" And Matt, I introduced him to Matt, and yeah, man, okay. So he said, "Can I get you something to drink?" Open bar.
Right.
Can I get you something to drink? He goes, "You know what? Yeah, martini, man. That sounds good."
Yeah.
I go, "All right." And when you talk to this guy, he's the same character as he is in his movie.
And he was a cigarette smoker.
Yeah, but he's the same character. It's just his demeanor, his delivery. I mean, his delivery or whatever you want to say. His cadence is exactly the same. And so I go, I get it for him, and then Matt interviews him. Great interview. Had a great time with him. So later that night, we went to the Polo Lounge to grab something to eat, maybe not to eat, but to drink more. And we were sitting with the Star Maker guy.
Yeah, oh yeah,
all those chicks. I forget his name.
All the good ones are dead. But
anyway, so he walks in with.
He's the one who found
Suzanne Summers.
Tilton, Charlene Tilton.
Yeah.
Suzanne Summers. Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah.
And I forget his name right
I
now.
do too.
But the Star Maker, and what an affable, beautiful guy.
Nutty as the day is long.
Has all his chicks sitting around the table, and he invites us over. He said, "Come on up and sit with us." And everything is on the house. And then I got into it. Can you imagine me getting in it?
This chick started it.
She did.
I saw it.
I know, but folks that know me would never believe it. But it's true.
It did.
It really is.
I was there,
She
man.
was going after me, and something about
Who
the
said
fact-
you could sit down?
Yeah,
there?
who said you?
And then,
well, I said the host, our host
Yeah,
did.
the guy
and,
that invited
And then
us.
she went
Jay
at
Bernstein.
Yeah, the great Jay Bernstein. And then he went after us, and who, by the way, Jay Bernstein
Stuck up for us big time.
Yeah, but Jay Bernstein, prior to that, pulled a gun on Lori Downey Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Who was over at his house one day.
Yeah.
And of course, he's not looking for sex. That's not what Jay did. He didn't.
No,
he didn't sign. He didn't sign up good-looking chicks. And Lori Downey Jr., good-looking chick. It's like, but pulled a gun on her because he didn't know why she was there, even though they had scheduled a meeting at his house. Lori, you're meeting with a Star Maker at his house in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, I mean, come on. Come on.
So anyway, so we're sitting there, and we hear this voice. Michael Madsen walks in with his chick, his wife, I think at the time, or whatever. And it was just like Clint Eastwood moved the door just because he walks in. There's like this silhouette when he walks in.
Oh,
he goes,
yeah.
"Hey, the Outlaw Radio Gang, man, honey, this is who I did the show with earlier."
Yeah.
He loved us, man.
Yeah,
What a
Michael
cool
did. Yeah.
guy, man.
And by the way, Michael was not invited to sit with us. How about that?
No,
Yeah,
no,
Michael
he
Madsen not invited to sit with us. But I will tell you why Jay Bernstein, in my recollection, was a real nice guy.
He was.
He defended me against this chick who I guess he'd known forever, and he finally told her to shut the F up.
I remember that.
He said, "These are invited guests. Shut the F up."
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a second, you're not paying either. And by the way, I will pay. And I said, I have no problem.
Yeah.
I will take care of my bill. And Jay said, absolutely not.
I think Bruce Gary was sitting with us. I think maybe.
Bruce Gary, drummer from the Knack?
Yeah, I think he was.
Oh, yeah, anything free. Are you kidding me? Oh, yeah. What do we call that in our religion? A schnurrer. A schnurrer. And I say our religion because, I'm not really I'm not a Jew.
And Lori would call him a Hungermeister, a
Hungeleiter.
Hungeleiter.
It's German for someone with
a cheap ass.
Yeah, with dinosaur arms. With
Alligator. They can't reach his
alligator
pockets.
arms. Alligator arms. They can't reach for the check.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Michael Madsen, man,
Yeah,
Kill
dude.
Bill, Reservoir Dogs, found dead in his home a couple days ago. They say it was a cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
You know, it can happen to any of us.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't felt good in years. I got very little sleep last night. You know, I just thought about, okay, is there any way I pull the plug on this show today? And I can't, because I won't leave you folks hanging. That's the honest to God truth, man. It's like, I want some rest. And there are some nights, and it was one of those nights where I didn't take the pill. It's, hold on, I got it here somewhere. Oh, it's this stuff. And they're not a sponsor, but they should be. It's called TRU Niagen.
Oh, that's the stuff from Bart.
Yeah, Bart Costco, the brilliant, the genius, mad scientist, True Niagen. It's not his company, but it does work. And last night, I didn't think about it, and I was up all night. So I'm waking up, and I realized that I probably finally fell asleep at 4, woke up at 7, and it just, you know, for those of you, try this True Niagen. I promise you they're not a sponsor. They should be a sponsor because I believe in this product.
How's the next day? You feel groggy?
No,
and
you
stuff,
don't.
or- oh,
I think
yeah.
you should take one right before we start playing poker.
Yeah, no.
No, Matt, because
I don't eat before poker. I don't eat before the show. I drink a lot of coffee, and then on occasion I'll have too many cocktails, especially on Saturday nights when we're playing poker.
Yep.
I will be, I will make the rare bluff because it's the alcohol talking. But most of the time I get it through. Yeah, Mart?
I forget what I was
Oh,
saying.
good. That's good.
Yes, you did.
That's good. So Michael Madsen, rest in peace.
Yes.
In my opinion, I thought he was a great actor.
Tarantino loved him.
I never caught him acting.
Nah.
I never caught him acting.
No,
He was just always a good dude
No, he was.
who was a great actor. And I thought he was up there with some of the great actors in the history of theater. And
Reservoir Dogs, great movie, man.
yeah, that was his
Harvey
first.
Keitel, that's all. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! That was Terrence Trent D'Arby's first. Yeah, that was his first movie. That was it. We had the same attorney. I told you this story before, but we had the
Are
same.
you saying he lip synced the whole thing?
Yeah. Wait. No. Terrence Trent D'Arby did not lip sync.
Oh, I'm thinking of. Who
No.
am I thinking of?
You're
The-
thinking of
The Jonas Brothers.
No. The other.
no, the two dudes who
Yeah.
had really bad songs. but
Milli
they were
Vanilli.
huge.
Milli Vanilli.
They were huge hits, though. I never understood their success, lip sync or not. The guy who was doing it, not that you asked, but I'll tell you anyway. You know, if I got the knowledge, I'll share it with you. The dude who was doing the singing on those songs is a guy named Roger, and a famed man in the urban music department, and had a bunch of hits on his own with another band that I can't think of the name. But he was the voice of Milli Vanilli, and then it all came out. Then remember, they wanted to prove they could sing, so they came out with their own album, and it just flopped.
Flopped.
But, yeah, and it's too bad because I met the dudes, I talked with the dudes, I interviewed them. They're nice enough guys, and it wasn't really their idea. They wanted to sing the entire time, but it was their producer and their manager who were in cahoots, and they said, well, no, we don't want you singing. So it really wasn't their idea. I don't hold it against them. And now I think, is it Fab Morvan? He's the one who killed himself? Anyway, it's a dirty rotten shame.
You know, Tarantino, there's a few at the Night of 100 Stars we used to do. A few of his guys, like David, who's the guy that hung himself? We had Carradine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember he came out
yeah.
and gave us an attitude.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing here?
Yeah.
You got, I go,
David Carradine was not. He was an a-hole.
Oh, he was mean.
He was an a-hole.
You had Martin Landau too.
Well,
We did have Landau.
Hey, I've got a great Martin Landau interview that I must dig up. It's worthy of your
great,
patience.
man.
It is great. He was one of the greats. He was one of my, in fact, maybe my favorite, who happened to be interviewed there at the Night of 100 Stars in Beverly Hills.
Me
He was
too, I'm
just
with
a
you on that.
good dude, man.
He, I said,
Smoking, drinking,
I said,
partying, you
said,
know.
weren't you the-
He just won the Oscar, too,
Yeah.
for, what the hell was that movie?
Ed
forget.
Wood.
For what?
Ed Wood.
Yeah,
Ed
Ed
Wood.
Wood. He just won the Oscar.
But I said, weren't you in the Twilight Zone? He goes, oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
I was in
My favorite.
Yeah,
The
he-
Jeopardy room.
The what room?
The Jeopardy room. That's where the Russian intelligence is trying to shoot him when and he has to find the bomb.
God bless you, Mark.
The guy that has no time but
Oh,
Sit and watch
There's a
movies.
lot of time.
They just
Well,
ran
I mean,
the
tons of
marathon
time, yeah.
this week.
well, you know, he's a Monty Python fan as well. I mean, I like Monty Python, but not to the extent where Mark will sit around and recount scenes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got it. Yeah. He's one of those guys at the poker table.
Doing a really bad British accent.
Stay right here.
Yeah, and of course Trump signs the big beautiful bill into law, and of course because it's Trump. I want you to know, those of you, and there's probably a handful of you on the left watching and/or listening to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. I understand why you dislike this guy. I don't want you to think that I don't get it. Yes, he gloats. He is an egomaniac. He happens to be my egomaniac, and he comes off as a dick sometimes because he's always about, look what I did, it's the biggest, and this is the best.
He's the most arrogant person.
And if you fact checked him on a lot of these, is this the biggest and the best? And maybe not. I don't know. But the point is, he's doing the right thing for America.
Absolutely.
And the one big beautiful bill. It's like everything has a moniker. You know, everything he
Everything's
does
got to.
has a moniker. This was the one big beautiful bill. But it was great that he signed it on the 4th of July. And, you know, he said he was going to do it.
He did it.
He gave himself some leeway a few days earlier, not knowing if it would happen, but it did happen. And as he puts it, the most popular bill ever signed in the history of the United States. And is there a lot of crap in there? Yes. Is it better that we had to get the thing passed?
Well, yeah.
But, you know, yes. And Elon Musk isn't wrong about it being weighty.
He's wrong about the way he handled it.
100%. 100%. But, you know, the guy's a billionaire, and he's used to getting his own way. When we return, a lot to get to and so little talent on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
The legend of the Phoenix all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 The present has no ribbon. Your gift keeps on giving. What is this I'm feeling? If you wanna leave, I'm with it.
The staccato hoofbeats of a golden palomino, carrying a man who fights wherever justice needs a champion.
In a hideaway on the other side of the hill, with Hollywood close enough to smell, one man dared to step up to the bar and talk, and other outlaws heard the legend and joined together to tell their tales. This is how it began. Smoking, drinking, interrupting. Magic Matt Allen. This is Outlaw Radio.
From my heart, I hope that you were at least safe and 22% sane on 4th of July, and you still have your digits. That would be a nice thing.
Houses blowing up all over the place.
Two houses in the valley that blew up.
2 houses in the San Fernando Valley that blew up.
One in Simi.
Hopefully it wasn't yours. Welcome back. Well, that's the other valley. That's Ventura County. That's by the way, if you want to live in the Los Angeles region, and P.S., why the hell would you? Maybe you have a gig here. Maybe there's a job that you have to come to. You want to live in Ventura County and or Riverside County, but L.A. County
The other
sucks.
blow up was Pacoima.
Oh, no kidding! Right over there.
House just blew up.
Oh, that's good.
The guy died.
So blew up good. Blew up pretty good.
That's a good blow up.
Yeah, good blow up.
Yeah.
Donald and Melania up there holding the White House 4th of July celebration. It was nice. Although, watching it, oh, God, do I want to know what he's whispering to her. Oh, he keeps whispering things to her. It's like, you're going to take care of me tonight, right? I mean, what does he say to Melania? Right. I mean, I'm 79 years old, but I can still get her going. So, are we going to have a good 4th of July tonight? And, and she just smiles. Maybe since the editor of Vogue is finally leaving that slimy magazine, maybe we can get Melania on the cover. Wouldn't that be nice, finally?
Yeah.
The most beautiful first lady on the cover of Vogue. Wouldn't that show a bit of diplomacy and a change in the way they do things over there at Vogue?
Yeah.
Slimy bunch of bastards. But I watched some of the fireworks, and you can only watch so much fireworks when it comes to watching it on television. And, in the big explosions. And as I'm watching, I'm thinking, well, it's Donald Trump, so he had to put a mandate. I want the biggest possible fireworks that in the
something beyond the likes you've ever seen.
Yeah, beyond
ever seen before.
Ever seen? We have never seen anything like this.
Beyond the likes of.
You've never seen anything like this. I bet it was impressive. I mean, it looked good on TV, but you can't appreciate it on.
You gotta feel that in your body when it's rumbling.
It's like the Grand Canyon. You can't appreciate the Grand Canyon until you're there and you're awe-inspired by the Grand Canyon. And thank God I was there once, but it was enough.
Never have done.
Do you think the Grand Canyon is amazing?
No, it's not amazing, but it's a cool big hole in the earth.
One of God's creations, I believe.
It was a goodie. Arrests were made. The reason I bring this up, because it was during our July 4th celebration here in Los Angeles. Arrests were made during leftist anti-ICE protests right here in Los Angeles. Burning the flag by 12-year-olds really pisses me off. Now, of course, they're not 12, but they're in their 20s. These are young'uns, and there was a video as they put the lighter right down. I would, if I could get away with it, I would kick them in the face.
Oh,
I really
God,
would.
yeah.
If I could get away with it, I would. Yes. Is it lawful? Knowing that I could get away with it for burning our flag, I would have to kick him in the face.
Yep.
And I would definitely say something there and, take me chances because, these people are unruly. But I love the fact that they're doubling down even on the 4th of July. They're not making excuses. Well, we're not going to send ICE out. No, we're sending ICE out every friggin' minute and day of the week to take care of the problem that idiot stick piece of crap non-president put into effect for 4 years of deliberately sending millions across the border so they can become Democrat constituents and vote for them. And if you don't think that's what was going on, you're out of your mind.
100%.
That's 100% what was going on. Police arrested several people during anti-immigration and customs enforcement. That's ICE.
Including but not limited to Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Oh,
arrested and being deported.
It's
Arrested 2 days ago in Studio City and being deported.
And by the way, you know that Cesar Chavez, the left, the woke left, they love that guy for some reason.
Yeah.
He was a dictator. And they love that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, downtown L.A., President Trump's administration continues cracking down on illegal immigration. Double down, my friend. Double down. I just love that we're not weak. Put the hammer down. The news comes after leftist anti-protesters took over the 6th Street Bridge. You don't take over a bridge, all right? You let the people pass. You let the cars do what they do. Let those folks get to work or coming home from work or simply to a Walmart, to pick up some discount salmon.
Tuna.
Whatever it is, man.
I'll tell you what, speaking of social media, sorry to cut you off, but there's a lot of video of people fed up with these protesters that are blocking and just running through them.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And they've been doing that across the pond for quite some time.
Yeah.
You see some of these videos?
Oh, yeah.
These Brits have had enough of these a-holes, man. And they're usually I think always they're about the global warming. They're the global warming idiot sticks. I love when, what is that? Australian news, Sky News. I love it when they call that little global warming chick a goblin. What's her name? I can't.
Oh, yeah.
Can't think of her name right now. You
How
know.
dare you?
Yes, that chick.
Greta.
Yeah, Greta Thunberg. Yeah, and they call, but I love how they refer
little
to
gulping.
they refer to her
Yeah.
as a climate change goblin. That is the best because look at the face, and yeah, we can make fun of her now because she's of age.
You know who does that? Who says that a lot is the girl we love, the Australian that we love on.
Yeah, the dark-haired gal.
How dare you?
Yeah. Yeah, the protesters clashed with police and members of the U.S. military. The incident's happening after Trump deployed National Guard troops, U.S. Marines to the area when protesters tried to thwart illegal immigration sweeps in L.A. In a social media post just after 12 a.m. today, multiple arrests today during different demonstrations in downtown L.A. Most were peaceful, but once again, as the evening approached, outside agitators began to cause issues. We're requesting that any and all acts of damage or vandalism be documented by photographs or video and forwarded to Central Division. Video footage shows more of the leftists holding up their middle fingers to law enforcement. Initially, crowds gathered outside City Hall, walked over a mile through downtown, but later dispersed after an order to do so. So they gave it up, and a majority of those surveyed across the board, 58% said they are either extremely or very proud to be an American. Well, that's good. That's downtown L.A., man. Gallup points out that this is actually a record low. Wait, is that a different story? Oh, God, that's a different story. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, man.
Who did?
Damn it, Boyer.
Who did that? Yeah.
Oh, I know what happened. Hold on. This will happen, by the way, and it reminds me when I was a kid reading Penthouse. The pages stuck. Matt, you're
I don't know how that
you're
happened.
gross. You're gross, Matt. You're so gross.
Grody.
Yeah, and I know I am grody. I am. That statement was a little grody, and it came out. You know, I shoot from the hip. Sometimes it's not always the most diplomatic. I got to sneeze. Oh, I'm allergic to a-holes, and I'm looking right at Mark C.G. Boyer.
Wow.
Officers from the Department of Homeland
You
Security.
wonder why Mark's mic isn't working because it's 4 feet above his head.
No, I know that. I
I
know that.
don't know why it's set up that way.
No, because it's him. He won't change it.
Well,
And he says, well, even though he has changed it in the past,
Thank you, Marty.
and screwed it up. Thanks, Mark.
yeah, so I don't touch it.
Officers in the Department of Homeland Security had declared the protest an unlawful assembly. Independent journalist Anthony Cabasa wrote on X, adding that Marines and federal agents were using riot gear while ordering the crowd to disperse. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, stay safe.
Yep.
Stay safe. Put the fear of God into these a-hole lefty woke commies. Video footage shows one protester standing in the back of a moving truck shouting, "No more occupation, no more deportation." What? Shut
There's
up.
something that rhymes.
Sort of.
Kind of.
Other anti-ICE protesters received waving American flags, one of them upside down, and Mexican flags. Okay, well, if you love Mexico so much, you don't need me to finish that
Bye-bye.
sentence. I mean, if you love it. People also held signs featuring phrases such as, "Keep the immigrants, deport the racists." What? And pro-America, anti-Trump. Because Trump has proven himself to be so anti-American, right? Is that what's going on here?
Not a patriot.
Several 4th of July celebrations in Southern California were canceled or postponed. Yeah,
Well,
that's our mayor. That's our...
You know the neighborhoods they were canceled in?
Yeah.
The Latino neighborhoods, because some of my other buddies I work with, they live in more of a prominently, white area.
Yeah.
They weren't canceled. They continued them.
Right.
So, but it's like, really? So you guys are illegal, so you're afraid of getting picked up by ICE? That's why you're canceling this celebration?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah, but those are the municipalities, or didn't Karen Bass have something to do with some of this?
Yes.
Yeah. Boy, is she...
And it's weird because on my way home last night, I must have driven through 4 or 5 or 6 Latino neighborhoods,
Right.
and they were doing their own fireworks
this
show.
neighborhood was lit up?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
People also held signs up, and several 4th of July celebrations in Southern California canceled. On June 16th, the vast majority of the illegal aliens arrested by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement in the first 100 days of President Donald Trump's presidency were criminal illegal aliens with convictions or pending charges. The Department of Homeland Security clarified this. The vast majority, and this is the poll that I was referring to just seconds ago when the pages stuck together. Gen Z, least proud generation to be an American.
Yep.
Democrats have hit another historic low. In just over 1/3 of them are either very or extremely proud to be an American, while Gen Z stands out as the least proud generation, a recent Gallup survey finds. A majority of those surveyed across the board, 58%, said they are either extremely or very proud to be an American. Gallup points out that this is actually a record low. Last year, for example, 67% said the same, and the all-time high appears to be in 2002, right after the September 11th attacks, and 2004, when 91% said they were proud to be an American. Another 19% identify themselves as moderately proud to be an American. 11% are a little proud. Pride in being an American drastically differs on party lines. This is really the money shot, my friends. Only 36% of Democrats, an all-time low, say they're extremely or very proud to be an American, significantly down from 62% who said this last year. 62% last year. All-time high of Democrats, 92%, said they were extremely proud to be an American. Here's the bottom line. No matter who happens to be our president, whether it be Republican or Democrat, our stats on our side, the conservatives, the Republicans,
they don't swing.
They're always proud. They're always 92, 93% proud to be an American. But with the Democrats, it's all about who is running the country. Doesn't that tell you everything you need to know about these sons of bitches known as Democrats these days? It tells you everything you need to know. We don't differ. We are proud of America regardless of the schmuck who's in charge the last 4 years prior to Donald Trump. But we're still proud of the United States of America. A lot to get to, so little talent. When we return on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, you have a choice. I know. You've chosen to be with us. Thank you from the bottom of my bottom.
Forget the roofs and the ceilings. Baby, let's party. Get along and feel it. Baby, let's party. I'm catching looks you deliver. Throwing my head to the stars. The way you move sends shivers, making me a sin fly. Don't need the rules, we can keep it. Baby, let's party. You got me hooked, just keep reading. Baby, let's party. I'm catching looks you deliver. Throwing my head to the stars. The way you move sends shivers, making me a sin fly. Love is incredible, and
wannabes, and people who just want to hear themselves talk. The demons of decadence, smoking, drinking, and interrupting. Live from an 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar, this is Magic Matt Allen, Outlaw Radio.
There is a huge portion of me that wants this Zoran Mamdani to become Baghdadi to become the mayor of New York City, because it'll be a travesty. And sometimes you have to see how bad it is in order for you to understand that your choice in mayors was a really terrible idea. I mean, the last 4 years of Biden proved that. I mean, it's great that President Trump didn't win, you know, because we saw where the proof is in the pudding. But he's been called out after video shows him claiming he grew up in a third world country. And I loved an interview. I don't have the interview with me, but it's as he's trying to run away from the interviewer. And it's like, you said you were black on an application, a college application? Yes, they're all liars. If they're on the left, they're big, fat liars. And actor Andy Richter, remember that guy?
Yeah.
With Conan? God, I can barely hear myself here.
You know, I'm turning you down because I'm
no,
watching.
don't turn me down, man. Andy Richter. Yeah, that's why. Now I can hear myself.
Okay, but I'm just
Andy Richter.
You're high in the red. So
Andy Richter, who I've always known as a big, fat, effing woke lefty, as is Conan, but I found Conan to be funny at times. Andy, not really so much. He says 20 years from now, people will use MAGA the way we use Nazi today. That's Andy Richter. Former Conan O'Brien TV sidekick Andy Richter floated a bold prediction yesterday about how he thinks the word Nazi will be redefined. Well, you're a big ape.
Douchebag.
You're a big stupid ape who couldn't
even for a sidekick, he was bad.
No, he was. He was a terrible sidekick. Yeah. Guy was terrible. Ed McMahon, that's a war hero. That's the man.
Yeah.
Bring back, dig these people up, give them the right vitamins to bring their bodies, their worm-filled bodies back to life.
Right, Mark?
And Rosie O'Donnell marks July 4th in Europe by hinting at revolution against Trump administration. I got just enough time for this. She's still in self-imposed exile from the United States. She posted a ridiculous, well, it's Rosie O'Dummy, a ridiculous clip on TikTok yesterday, Independence Day, unsubtly hinting at her wish for left-wing activists to overthrow the U.S. government. This is Rosie O'Dummy.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, and among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Pause.
To secure these rights.
She sounds happy after moving to Ireland, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah. She sounds great.
Doesn't she? Shouldn't she be in a good mood because she's now in Ireland? She left, of course, one of her kids behind, you know, the drug addict kid, right? Yeah. Right, Rosie? You're a good mom. You're a good mom.
Couldn't deal with him.
But
Can't get good drugs out
she's
there.
always demure, but I will give her props. Looking more feminine every day. Really?
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Gorgeous, gorgeous gal. Why was she not a male model? Screw the comedy. Male model, Rosie. Yeah. Okay, continue. This is her TikTok.
Governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the governed. But whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute new government.
Civil War? Much?
Come on, America.
That's what she's.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
That's what she wants.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July.
She's meddling.
What
It's a sad day in American history.
It is because we had to see your mug. Yeah. It is a sad day, Rosie O'Dummy. That's how Trump deranged psychopath Rosie O'Donnell celebrated the 4th of July in a foreign country. Just as we'd expect, my friends.
Man.
Yeah, complete idiot stick. Yeah. She was in Flintstones, wasn't she? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark C.G. Boyer, even though his mic's not on, he would say, yes, she was in, which means you must have watched the movie. And his mic is still off.
It is on.
No, it is on.
I never watched.
All right, we'll be this after back. Big hour in front of us. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Good God. Listen, got to go to a disco. Throw your troubles away. Dance to the music that the DJ plays. Well, all right. And then the lights come on. Yeah. Like you knew they would. That cold. Gone home and face the music. That don't sound too good. Ain't that cold? Listen. Lord, it's a real motherfucker. It'll make you wanna run for cover, yeah. And if you look, you will discover, yeah. Lord, it's a real motherfucker, yeah. Oh! Lord, it's a real motherfucker, yeah. Make you wanna run for cover, yes it will. And if you look, you will discover, yeah. Lord, it's a real motherfucker, yeah. Say it's a real motherfucker. Oh, get out of here! Goodness. Too cold. Cold-blooded, cold-blooded, I'm telling you the truth. Yeah, let me stop here at this gas station. Give me 3 gallons of low lead. I'm full, nothing else. I better stop and give me 2 hot dogs and a strawberry soda. It's a real motherfucker. Yeah. Lord, it's a real motherfucker. Ooh, it's a real motherfucker. Yeah. Wanna buy a new car, but the price ain't right. Ain't that gold? Be a downside cheaper, just a good. Start riding a bike. Listen, they're making milk out of powder. Yeah, they are. Got the babies crying. Poor baby, they know what that stuff is. Rent's gone up higher. Yes, it is. Got the parents lying. Lord, it's a real motherfucker, yeah. Make you wanna run for cover, yes, it will. And if you look, you will discover.
doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time! Our main event! Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Sean Young on Outlaw Radio.
Hey, this is Shelley Berman on Outlaw Radio. Listen, come on, listen to me or listen to Matt. If you like being bored, it's great for you.
It's Robert Hayes. I'm here on Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt, a.k.a. The Weasel. We are here to drink. We're here to smoke. We're here to interrupt. You may drink. You may smoke. You may interrupt, but I'm here to...
Live from the Lighten Up Lounge, this is Tom DeLuise saying, this is Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Chuck Woolery at Lighten Up Lounge on Outlaw Radio. Lots of fun, guys. Be back, 2 and 2.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to Outlaw Radio, where we smoke, we drink, and occasionally we bother people who look old and weak.
Hi, this is Rick Dees with Magic Matt, a.k.a. Mr. Cigar. In the Lighten Up Lounge, we drink, we smoke, we interrupt.
Well, I did call for the other song, and then you said, and then Tattoo Dave said yes. He gave me an affirmative that we'd open up, even though I like this song. Hold on for a second. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with Count Basie, right? Am I right? I mean, I was born 100 years old. You know, at my age, I should not be into Count Basie, but I love Count Basie and everything he did. And this, one of my faves, always reminds me of the great Jerry Lewis. A lot of people have a problem with Jerry Lewis. Why? Because he was a bit of an a-hole, but I don't care. The guy was a genius. I loved him.
I got to tell you that there was a reason.
Turn the music down a little, yeah?
There was a reason that I had to do this.
Yeah, why?
Because you put the same number for Rosie and the Doobies, so I don't know what it is.
I did?
Yeah, they're both 916.
Oh, man, I hate it when I'm wrong.
You screwed me. You screwed me, and I was hoping you wouldn't throw me under the bus.
Okay, so so did you punch in Doobie?
I'm doing it now.
Okay. No, yeah, I'm looking at, hold on. I'm looking at this on my sheet. Yeah, 916. Yeah.
He's not a liar.
Oh, no, well, no, but, well, it's certainly not now. I mean, wow.
Well, you're called out, man.
Okay, so, yeah. Don't just hit it. Just tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, so smack it. Okay, I want you to dig this. This is new Doobie Brothers. Tattoo Dave, my producer, turned me on to new Doobs about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Finally got around to listening to this, man.
That's really good.
Oh, and I'm digging this song. This is the... Oh, look, chord change. Right. Ooh, sending shivers, Michael McDonald. Ah. Nice. Oh, this is like when Michael... Yes.
So bluesy.
It's blue-eyed soul, man.
You throw that shuffle beat behind all this like they have. Beautiful.
Just great old rock and roll, but new. And there.
Who's that?
Patrick Simmons, man.
These shuffle beats used to be my favorite thing.
Original Doobs, man. If this doesn't make you feel good, you're dead.
When was this released, Dave?
Just about 3 or 4 months ago.
No, released.
6, yeah.
Released 3 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, released.
Oh, yeah, this is those.
Yes!
That's old school dude.
Oh, yeah. Roll with me. Yeah, they got all the dudes, man. Michael McDonald, Tom Johnston, Patrick Simmons, Jeff Skunk Baxter. back in the band. John McPhee.
Wait a minute, Skunk's back?
Yes.
Oh.
It just blew my soul. Come on now.
You may be weary, you may feel strong. We all need someone sometime to help us walk.
I think it's Tom Johnson there.
Somebody that you're there for, right or wrong. I know everybody's welcome. I believe we all belong.
There, right there, that chord.
This road with me.
Nice. Are those not great chord changes, man?
Excellent.
Yeah.
What will be. The past has come and gone.
Our father, Gary, should have got me in on this track, man.
These are the first blues chords that Dad taught me.
Ah, the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll with me. Roll with me. Walk this road with me. Walk this road with me. You gotta walk on, baby. Walk this road with me. So tasty. Oh. Roll with me. I'm gonna be there. Yeah, I'm gonna be there. What a fool believes. Oh, good stuff.
that's good, man.
I had to play it for you.
I like
That is new Doobie Brothers, and that's the title track, Walk This Road with Me. Walk This Road is the name of the song. That hit me, man.
So good.
I really haven't given the rest of the album a chance, but I think that's the song. I think that's the only song I need to hear. And, you know, you don't make money off recordings these days, only in touring, and they will make an S-load. They're on tour now. You know, the Doobs, they're always touring.
But
And
are they signed to the same label?
it doesn't matter. It doesn't. They're not making anything. They're making.
No. They got to sell merchandise to do. Yeah.
Yes, it's all about the live concert performers. That's how they make their money.
yeah.
But Michael McDonald, God bless you, bud. You know what? Just you never lost the voice. What a fool! Minute by minute, I keep holding on.
No, because unfortunately, even Spotify and those kind of things, you can't make any money because everybody
You can't.
they're hacks.
You can't.
So
No,
many
they
hacks.
they changed everything.
It's a shame. It's a shame what this business has turned into.
But the good news is we got to hear a little. Didn't that make you feel good?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a
doesn't
very
that
uplifting
make
song.
it just makes you feel, especially 4th of July weekend, man.
With the exception of Mark C.G. Boyer, who slept through the whole thing.
Those kind of bluesy chords.
I was
Yeah.
walking the road and taking a
Those
nap.
kind of bluesy chords leave
Yeah.
you open also in a jam
You walk
session
the
where
road
you
to
can
La
just rip
La
a
Land.
lead through it. You can literally do anything to that thing.
yes.
It's just like,
But the changes there,
Oh, it's
see,
great.
are tasty.
Yeah.
They're tasty. Unlike, I will tell you, Tattoo Dave sent me a new Muse song, and it's
Unraveled, it's called.
It's a good song, but it's not a great song. It's not a hit. It's not a hit. It's like, show me the hook. Let me hear the hook. Get to the hook. And it's like, if the hook doesn't work, why does that song work? Well, I'll tell you, for the song we just heard, for several reasons. Not simply because of the hook. The hook is fine, but it's those changes. It's just dap, bop, boop, bop, up, down, just smoking. You can tell they are musicians worth their salt who put that song together.
oh yeah.
And nothing against Muse, because what a great band. But this song, it's like, have you run out of things? Because it's good, and
It's good, but it's more of Muse. It's
and-
nothing new.
I've never really been
Right.
into them. But
Oh,
my
I
son,
have,
my
man.
son said he
Matt
went,
loves them.
Oh,
I know
my
he does.
son-
That's why I sent it.
Love
my son
Muse.
said he went to one of their shows and he said he was blown away.
Oh, you had to
the
be.
show.
Had to be.
Yeah.
I wonder if he saw that. I wonder if he saw that show downtown in.
That's the one he went to.
So we were there that night, picking up. Martin C.G. Boyer and I were picking up my daughter.
It's like some smaller venue that was
Yeah.
like where they.
Oh, is that the Nokia thing?
Yeah. No, this
No,
was,
like
this
an
was
art
in
museum or
Chinatown.
something.
This is
Oh,
that venue in Chinatown in
Yeah.
L.A.
Yeah, that's where he was.
Remember, we picked up Alexandra. Mark's saying.
Yeah,
I
we
was
drove
sleeping.
around aimlessly.
No, you drove around aimlessly, but that's something you do on a regular basis.
Well, if you call that driving.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I'm not through ripping Rosie O'Donnell a new ass because she is. And by the way, that's gross, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah. You don't want to come.
Really,
you don't want to
think about it.
You don't want to come close to that. I was watching this top 10 best magic acts on what do they call that?
America's Got Talent.
Yeah, but is it that or the European? Yeah, I think it because Stern.
Britain's Got Talent.
Because Howard Stern was one of the judges, so it's America's Got Talent. And they were doing the top 10 and starting with 10. Well, they were all wrong in their order because, what do they know about magic? The first acts were the best. And then I think they gave number 1 to the act that would do the pick a card thing, and they did it with Howard Stern, of course.
Oh, an
right?
A-can?
What?
Is it an A-can?
It was a what, Mark?
Was it any card, any number, or just a regular, here's a card?
Okay.
Mark went straight to the abbreviation.
I will tell you, Tattoo Dave, I rarely leave the microphone, but I may go over and slap him.
Yeah, good.
Because it's just like...
A-can?
It's like, what is he? Was it an acorn?
No,
Was it an acorn card?
It's an A-can. What does that mean?
Any card, any number.
So
he went, that's what I said. He went straight to the abbreviation, assuming that we would all know what that meant.
Which, by the way, I've been in the magic biz since I was a little kid. Never ever referred to that as an A-can.
He's trying to show
Never. No. Well, he does. Remember the local morning show, Mark and Brian?
Oh yeah.
He, no.
Yeah.
What was that, Mark?
M&B. Yeah.
see, M&B, because he'd always talk about, I like M&B. Yeah.
They make me laugh. And they laugh together. And
they made me laugh.
When he gets together, when Mark gets together with his computer nerds, once.
Sweet mother of God, what is the holdup?
Well, there is no holdup, unfortunately. But Mark C.G. Boyer will get together with his computer nerds who used to work at the bank of something, and they get together in Pasadena. I can imagine that they use all these definitions because they think it's cool.
No, because
they don't even speak
we
words.
Understand
No,
them. It's our lingo.
No, they do.
H-A-U.
Oh, yeah. G. C-U. Yeah. E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm there was. All right.
Mark, why'd you take the Kettle One?
Anyway, okay, Mark, chill. The bottom line here is that trick where he signed the card, and by the way, it was a bad trick. It was just a stupid trick. Any 5-year-old could have performed that trick. And then he made it appear in the magician made it appear in his ass cheeks, and Howard Stern was supposed to then procure it and he gave him a rubber glove and then some sort of device.
I saw this one, yeah.
And
you're talking about the A-can trick?
And it was, the A-can.
A-can.
So
God's green earth would know what the hell
So obviously, Tattoo Dave has been in the magic circles for years, and he learned this as a student at the Magic Castle, right up there at 701 Franklin Avenue as a little kid magician. So you knew the A-can, but yes, and then he produces
I saw Lenny Kravitz in
and it was just gross. It was just stupid. And if anyone watches that, and I'm not recommending you do, except for the first act, which were 2 magicians performing side by side, absolute effing brilliance. There are magicians out there doing things that really make me ashamed to be on stage as a magician. They're so good. They're that good.
I love the quick change gal.
She's the best.
Wow, she is unbelievable.
So awesome.
Over the pond gal too, right?
Well, but there are 2 of them, and the gal that is making the headlines these days is not the gal from across the pond. She's from like Jersey or Philadelphia or something. And she is just kicking ass.
So good.
That's amazing. It really is amazing.
It is on the verge of amazing. It really is. Because it really is. You watch this and you think, my God, how much preparation, how many hours does it take?
And then you put a gal like that on the Penn and Teller show, and they have the nerve to rip her apart and say, yeah, we know what you did.
Well, yeah, but they do. They do know. They do know.
She won a trophy, though.
But it doesn't. It sure as hell doesn't take away from how great the performance is.
The French girl that we're talking about, she makes her own costumes.
Oh yeah.
She makes all of the act. She makes the act.
Yeah, but she has to. Yeah. She has to be in that business. Otherwise, it's going to cost her a gazillion dollars to have those costumes made. Yeah. But, hey, for those of you watching us or listening to us on the greatest radio stations in America or watching us on YouTube, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, check her out. Not during the show or
Oh, she's
pause it
totally A-can.
but,
In
but
2 hours.
Totally
In 2
A-can.
hours.
Totally
Yeah,
A-can.
totally A-can,
Oh, the
bro.
best A-can ever. Yeah. No, and by the way,
Oh, yeah.
great A-cans.
Oh,
yeah.
that's for sure.
And that's the other part. If she were a big fugly ug, it wouldn't work.
Wouldn't work.
But she's attractive. She's sexy.
Yes.
But then
Great personality. Just great.
But then on top of that, the stuff she does
skill is awesome.
truly magic. It really
Yeah.
is that great. Back to Rosie O'Dummy. Speaking of good-looking chicks in showbiz, in March of this year, the Flintstone star announced she had fled the United States for Ireland in fear of how Trump would run the country. Via social media, she's aired many grievances with the president and comes out as an election denier, claiming that tech billionaire Elon Musk tampered with vote totals.
I do believe that it is the first time in history that fire
Yeah.
has ever melted steel. I do believe that it defies physics for the World Trade Center Tower 7, Building 7, which collapsed in on itself.
Yeah.
It is impossible for a building to fall the way it fell without explosives being involved. World Trade Center 7. World Trader 1 and 2 got hit by planes. 7, miraculously, the first time in history, steel was melted by fire.
First
It is
time.
physically impossible.
Physically impossible. That's the Rosie O'Donnell we're
Apparently,
speaking
she's
of.
never seen Mark C.G. Boers and I favorite show, Forged in Fire.
Yeah.
You can ask a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old that. And
I
they
know.
go, yeah, I think
Yeah,
steel
but
can melt.
that's Rosie O'Donnell, though, and she is demanding a recount, assuming it would show former Vice President Kamala Harris to be the real winner. So she wants a recount. Rosie O'Donnell also slammed Oprah Winfrey.
Good.
Over gross, as she puts it, Dirty Sanchez wedding. Rosie O'Dummy went on an unhinged rant in which she slammed Oprah Winfrey for being on the guest list of Jeff Bezos and Lauren Dirty Sanchez's gross wedding, and claimed President Donald Trump's big beautiful bill will kill people and end America as we know it. Hey, Mark, you were a big dumb Democrat for many, many years. Do you think it's going to kill people, this big beautiful bill?
Oh yes, hundreds and thousands.
Okay. Well, are soon...
They're just all going to be cordwood.
So what you're saying is they're breathing now.
Yeah.
However, in the very near future,
Right.
no more breath.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Another way of saying dead.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible.
6 feet
No,
under.
no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax.
By the way, I'm not digging the way this is done, but it's the only way it could have been done, because this is a Fed thing. So each state, see, here's the problem. It's the federal taxes, and of course Trump can only mandate federal taxes.
Yeah, you can't.
And the
But
no
keep in mind that the federal tax is far greater than the state tax.
Yeah, but unless you live in California.
No,
Even here.
Yeah,
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, this is a bitch
I
here
ended
in
up owing-
California.
It is. I
It's not
agree.
good.
So the
but
bottom
federal taxes are
the
considerably
bottom
more.
line here
Shut up.
is that, of course, California will not abide by these no tips on taxes here in California. So, but it still comes out a positive for those workers, but it's more of an at the end of the year thing. You get to state what you made in taxes, and it's like up to tips on tax. It's like up to $30,000.
I don't know if it's that much. I read a little bit. I got to tell you.
All right, it's 20 or
it only
30.
It only affects a certain amount, a certain job.
$20,000 or
type, too.
$30,000 a year,
Yeah, I think it's more
and
like
they get to. I said 30 at first, and you had a problem with that, Dave.
Oh, well, 20 is a bit less, and I think it's more like 20.
Who cares?
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just adding to the conversation, and I believe
Nobody
that-
cares.
Shut up, Marty.
Yes, but you're,
Nobody cares.
Bye, Marty. Bye,
nobody
Marty.
cares.
Nice talking to you.
Nobody cares about the specifics on this, except that it's an overall positive thing.
Yes.
I'm thinking of my sister who works at Mastro's as a what do they call them?
Server.
Yes, server, but they also call it. It's not staff anymore with any business. You're one of the. Not clients, those are who you serve, but there's a name for it. They changed it years ago to make it more diplomatic. This. I've never got a record of saying this. I've been wanting to for some time. This just pisses me off. In businesses now these days, as a worker bee for whatever fill-in-the-blank business, you are now, and have been for many years now, a team member.
Oh, yeah.
A team member.
I get memos from my company. Hey, team members.
Right? Everyone's a team member.
Soft language.
Oh,
as
yeah.
George Carlin would call
A
it.
team member, my friend. And speaking of Rosie O'Donnell and dumbass, ugly actresses, Cynthia Nixon was slammed by pro-choice fans for wearing "Dig This" shirt. And it shouldn't matter which side of the equation you're on. Really shouldn't. Pro, against, it shouldn't matter. Cynthia Nixon, remember her from Sex and the City? She was the ugly one. Remember her?
Still doable.
Oh, not me, man.
Oh, come on. Short
not
hair, great body.
No, great. Cynthia Nixon, great body?
Yes.
Dave's
Maybe I'm thinking
Dave's
of
got a
somebody
weird
different.
taste. He's got a weird taste in women.
Am I thinking of the wrong person? There was only 3 of them, right?
Yeah, she's the redhead.
Yeah. Little
Oh.
short. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Well, first of all, you don't have to worry about it because, and not that you would, Tattoo Dave, but she's not into you in any way, shape, or form.
I understand. She's
You're
on
talking
the
about
other
Sex
team.
and the City.
No, she plays for the wrong team.
Yeah, well, the right team for her, but P.S., she's not one of those who is on the fence about being a lesbian. Oh, no, she's a man-hating bitch. She was slammed by pro-choice fans for wearing "Dig This" shirt. Make abortion great again hat. Wow. So it wasn't a shirt. Make abortion great again.
Holy.
This
You're going to hell, honey.
It was a shirt or a hat? It was a hat.
It was a hat.
Yeah.
This broad needs help. There is nothing, no matter what side of the fence you're on here regarding this issue, there is nothing positive, nothing great about abortions, right? No matter what side you're on, there is nothing great about abortions. Pro-abortion fans of Sex and the City star Cynthia Double Ugg Nixon told the actress she took things a little too far, and these are pro-abortion fans, right? So I'm not the only one saying this. These are folks of her constituency who said, you took things a little far, as celebrity elites tend to do, when she posted a photo of herself to Instagram wearing a red "Make Abortion Great Again" hat. None of my friends who had an abortion, by the way, this is someone who was posted this. None of my friends who had an abortion thought it was great, one fan wrote. How about that? You know, I love it when their side come out and bite them on the ass. Because it's so ridiculous. I mean, Dave, are you following me? It doesn't matter what side you're on here.
Extreme anything is horrible, and that's taking it beyond.
There's nothing positive, nothing good about abortion.
You wear a hat like that, you have a place in hell.
Let's imagine for a moment my beautiful mother and father. They didn't want a 4th child.
Oh, sorry, Marty.
No, that would have been Michael. That would have been Michael. Now,
go back to sleep, Mark.
Now, Mart, my brother Mart, what would be the positive here in eliminating? Okay.
I don't want
to. Yeah.
No, that's horrible, man.
What?
No, I mean.
What? What part?
Nothing.
What?
Nope.
Well, maybe I'd get to date his wife.
What about Debbie?
Dude, you think his wife? You have weird taste, bro. You think all these people?
I think
hot.
she's attractive.
Are you kidding me, Marty?
Hold on. I think our brother Michael, his wife, is attractive.
She is attractive.
And P.S. All these years, I'm throwing her under the bus, thinking she's the big lefty, and then Christmas time, I realize that
Michael.
all these years, but Tattoo Dave, I knew he would turn into a big lefty. You know, after all of my tutelage, he of course rebelled against me.
Yeah.
But and I think that was a big part of it.
Yeah, but how about that little daughter of his? Was she 12 or 13? And she was just awesome.
Oh, she's a smart gal. Well, she can't help because my brother Michael's a very smart kid, and my brother Michael's wife is a real smart gal. Yes. But all these years, I thought she was the big lefty. As it turns out, met her dad. They are 100% on the right.
Yeah.
They're Australians on the right.
Well, they're Yugoslavians that happen to live in Australia.
Who are on the stinking right.
Yeah.
In all these years. So when I discovered that, I put in a phone call to Brother Mike. I left a message because I wanted to talk to him about this on the show. Now, of course, no.
He won't get back to anyone. Doesn't matter. Cato.
It sounds like me. I mean, it sounds like me. But I wanted to talk to him.
Eventually, you will get back.
Yeah, but
That's the thing.
And by the way, Dave, I wanted to apologize to her. I wanted to talk to his wife and say, man, all these years, I am a big friggin' idiot. You have been on the right side of things.
She'll get back to you.
Yeah, so I get 100 down over at the airline. Don't give it up. But she works.
Big wig.
Yeah, she's a big wig at one of the airlines.
I thought it was just LAX, and wasn't she an LAX?
I don't know why we're going over. We're going over time here. We're going.
They're not.
What? Yeah, no, she works at LAX for an airline.
Huge.
Yeah, and she takes care of the celebs.
Celebrities.
She takes care of the celebs. So, good gal. My brother Mike married a good gal, and maybe her politics have finally infiltrated his stupid head, right? We'll be this after back on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Talking all that bullshit. Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live. I'm a moonshine sipper, straight slipping in the darkness. Far from heartless, I'm more like the sharpest tool in the shed. No, I've never been the smartest, but make no mistake, I hit the fucking hardest. Devil without a cause, you heard me screaming, and 20 years later, bitch, I still mean it. You ain't never met a motherfucker like this. Kiss my ass and you can suck a sideways, my way, on the highway. Listen up, ain't nothing changed here. I still don't give a So what the fuck's up with all the backlash? You snowflakes, here's a news flash. Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live. Years ago, we all thought it was a joke. See that every kid got a motherfucking trophy. But yo, homie, here's a situation. A nation of pussies is our next generation. And these minions and their agendas. Every opinion has a millennial offended. But this amendment one, it rings true. And if you don't dissent, bitch, then see number 2. Ain't nothing new, right? Church, wrong pew. Get a clue, accrue your fake news and views. Can all get the bottom of my motherfucking shoe. I'm the last of a few, still screaming you. Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live. Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live. I'm gonna soar like an eagle. My wings carry me away. I got the stronger every day. You never tell me you never flip my script because I'm more outrageous than the Vegas Strip. You're like Mayberry, bitch. I'm hard and crisp, high risk, kill Billy, but I'm filthy rich. You're like really vanilla, kinda silly as shit. I'm like Shotgun Willie, smoking Phillies and shit. I'm like Reverend Ron or David Lee Roth, like Springsteen, bitch. I'm the motherfucking boss. If you're down with love, you wanna make things better. All we gotta do is just come together. Weather the storm, take my hand, and follow my lead to the promised land. 'Cause we the people, we gotta unite and follow that good time guiding light. Climb aboard this love boat and rock that bitch up and down the coast.
In order to form a more perfect union, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
We
passive aggressive has a new home. You're listening to Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
It's Outlaw Radio time!
I would like to take time out of my busy schedule of eating, drinking, slaving over a hot microphone to thank YouTube for shadow banning us. Always screwing us every week, man. Every week.
What does shadow ban mean?
It means that they make it very difficult to find us, and of course they eliminate. Once we achieved X number of views, they eliminate views. Once a view is viewed, how can you eliminate it?
I was questioning that, Matt, until I actually saw it happen.
Yeah, I know.
I turned on and I watched the meter go backwards.
Yeah, YouTube does that to us. So,
yeah, but really, though, if it's already been viewed, we still have that viewer.
Apparently not. Not according to YouTube.
Well, we do in theory, but they make it very difficult for folks to find us. So, spread the word. I mean, if you got a minute, I don't know what you do to spread the word. Forward. There's a name for that in YouTube lingo about forwarding to friends Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. And it has to be punched in exactly that way. I didn't do it because of some ego thing where I wanted the name as part of my title, but because of all of the fake outlaw radios who came after me, I had to change it and make it more identifiable. So it's Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Well, which it should be. I mean, which it is.
Yeah, but it just makes it easier, that's all. But it's a huge title. I'd rather have simply Outlaw Radio, but there's so many phony versions of us out there.
Well,
and by the way, we're not the phony version of us. Some days. Mostly not.
Yeah, don't make me sign on and do a public service announcement because I don't feel like I need to.
I remember the name of what they call servers and waitresses now. Food whores.
Oh, boy.
What?
That wasn't it.
No. Food whores? No.
Yeah.
Hey, I found this, and this was sent me by Mary in upstate New York a few months ago, and I happened to find it again. I played it a few months ago, but I really got a kick out of this. And this was some gal who called me requesting a song on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. It's the Denver call, by the way, on your sheet there, Tattoo Dave. And it made me laugh again. I hope it makes you laugh again. We will play this. This is a call that came in, and this broad wants to hear a song, and she makes no bones about how important it is to her to hear this song. It went like this.
Since we don't give out the number, so she says, caller Denver request. What in the hell? Hello, Outlaw Radio.
Hi, Magic Matt. This is Sarah from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. My favorite song is John Denver, Thank God I'm a Country Boy.
Excellent.
And so I need to hear John Denver, Thank God I'm a Country Boy.
Really
I want to dedicate to my friend Denise, who also lives here in Pittsburgh. Her sister Debbie, who lives down south of us in Fayette County in Brownsville. That's in the country, in a rural area.
All right.
So that would be Brownsville, Pennsylvania.
We're not really a music station,
and
but...
it's in Fayette County.
Yeah.
And she's a big John Denver fan.
All right. Okay.
And so I need to
Can I
hear
just-
John
can I just
Denver,
sing a
Thank
little
God
bit
I'm a Country Boy. And I didn't know she likes it when we last visited
But what
her.
you found out, though...
I didn't know when we were in the car with her, and she liked John Denver, and I didn't know that. So I need to hear John Denver, Thank God I'm a Country Boy.
right.
And all three of us like John Denver.
Oh, you do?
So me and my friend Denise, her sister Debbie.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much. And again, this is
Pleasure.
Sarah from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yes, sir, you sound sweet.
My favorite song
What?
is John Denver, Thank God I'm a Country Boy. And so I need to hear John Denver, Thank God I'm a Country Boy.
All right.
And all three of us like John Denver. So me and my friend Denise, her sister Debbie. And I'll talk to you some other morning.
Well, thank you, hon.
Oh, God bless you. Oh, God bless you. I will tell you that I think Rush Limbaugh said it best when he said, never talk down to your listener.
No.
And never take your listener for granted. I never have, man. I never have. Thank God I'm a country boy. Bam, bam, bam. Old John Denver, man.
He wrote some great songs.
Yeah, what a way to end your life.
He was an adrenaline junkie.
Was it a plane? What is it? A plane crash?
He built.
It was a glider.
Yeah.
It wasn't a glider.
No,
it was an ultralight.
Yeah, it was an experimental.
He built it.
An experimental plane. Now his dad had medals beyond belief.
Oh yeah.
He fought. I think he fought for the U.S. He was a German dude, but fought for the U.S. and was accolades. He was flying all over. Protecting us. That was John Denver's father.
So John flies into the side of a mountain.
Just a bad ending, man.
Yeah, no good.
I mean, Annie's song, what a beautiful song he wrote after he cheated on his wife.
I wonder if there's anyone out there we can take a request from that might like that song.
Let me make a phone call.
No, I love that gal. And by the way, see, I never go back and say, oh, that's ridiculous that she's so into that. No, I love passion. And you're passionate for that song? Got it. Sticking right up your big old land.
Thank God I'm a country boy.
Yeah.
No harm.
John Denver, how big a star was he?
Oh, huge.
He had his own Christmas special. He had Olivia Newton-John on his Christmas special. I think they did a tandem Christmas special together.
And he was making movies with
God.
God.
Right. I forgot about that. He was a movie star. What a good dude, man. Okay, can't you?
Up the bow.
Yeah.
You gotta rosin up the bow.
No, thank God I'm a country boy. See, it just gets inside you. You
gotta,
You just gotta sing it.
Thank God I'm a country boy.
God,
so good, man. Sing. So good. Speaking of so bad, Joy Reid. Remember her? Remember her? She looks a little like a space alien. I've always. I'm not certain about that broad. Just aesthetically.
No, there's something going on.
Well, I know in her mind she's absolutely out of her
No,
skull.
the looks.
There's just something wrong there. There's something not right.
The presidential pardon was originally meant to grant the president the power to temper justice with mercy.
Yeah.
It was not enshrined in our Constitution so that a dishonorable man could reward his criminal allies, friends, and family for their corrupt practices.
Oh, that sounds like. Our.
I don't have a problem with Biden pardoning his son. He should have pardoned him. The crazies are coming, right?
Oh, is that
but
right?
to me, it's like pardon more.
Pardon more.
She looks like a lizard creature.
Yeah, she does. And Joy Reid fantasizes about Melania Trump getting deported from the USA.
What the hell?
That's funny.
Yeah.
These people are so stupid.
What has Melania done to you, man?
Yeah, right.
I mean, she seems like a pretty even-keeled sweetheart of a gal.
Absolute sweetheart, right?
Former MSNBC DNC host Joy Reid, who is joyless, made the bizarre claim that First Lady Melania Trump could be deported under new immigration rules. Speaking with Rep. Pramila Jayapal on the Joy Reid Show, the former, which is, no longer on MSNBC, but she probably has more viewers now because nobody watches that MSNBC.
I think it's ranked up there with The View.
Yeah, the former host. No, The View still has a bunch of douchebags watching
Crazy
that stupid
ratings.
thing. It's just nuts.
It's really
It is unbelievable. She claimed that Trump has the power to deport anyone for whatever reason, including American citizens. Just whatever reason. Just one day, Donald Trump, Orange Man, wakes up and says,
I'm going to go up to the American
Melania, do you mind? Just a couple seconds here. I've decided there are a few folks that are really under my skin, and I would like to deport them. And Melania said, well, who would those be? I don't know if she really speaks that way, but yeah.
That was perfect.
Who would those people be? And Trump said, I don't know, there's certain ethnicities I'm not a big fan of. Let's get rid of them. And Melania would say, well, you're the president. And according to Joy Reid, you have that power.
And Trump would go, we're going to start with you.
yeah, let's get rid of you. And by the way, they've been married way too long. Isn't it time for a new one? I mean, Donald Trump.
I wouldn't trade her.
No, she's gorgeous. However, there are some younger models out there who are hot as hell, right? Am I wrong?
No.
Hey, I don't want to jump the gun here, but it appears we may have lost our feed on YouTube.
Oh, that ain't good. Well,
I'm seeing nothing.
All right. Well, we'll continue regardless.
Yes.
Joy Reid is fantasizing about Melania Trump getting deported from the USA. If you give the President of the United States monarchical like powers to say, I don't like your views, I don't like your take on issues, I don't like that you're too liberal. And by the way, I wouldn't. Are we there? We are there?
Are you talking about?
I see it.
Okay, so we're there. Okay, good. You're not conservative enough. I'm just going to take away your naturalized citizenship. Well, if we ever get to a Democratic president, they could say, I don't like Melania Trump. She wasn't born here. By the way, this is
It's not what they're doing.
no, of course, this is the big dummy Joy Reid. She was born in Slovenia. She is a naturalized citizen. She's out of here, claimed Reid. Reid said that this could have applied to the late Ivana Trump as well. Well, then get that dead body out of here, right? Rest her soul, Ivana Trump. And by the way, Ivana Trump, the late Ivana Trump, who's buried in the golf course in New Jersey, in Donald Trump's golf course, she wasn't an American citizen, and 3 of her children are Don Jr., Eric, and Ivanka, she said. And maybe the next Democratic president says, you know what? I don't like the Trumps, and so we're going to denaturalize all the Trump children whose mother was a foreigner at the time, she added. This opens a huge door. Congresswoman, because, she's talking to this Congresswoman, who, by the way, on the same page, idiot stick, because that means that any future president can decide they don't like the Trumps, and they don't want them here, and want Melania gone, and they could just denaturalize and deport her, and she'd be out of here. Reid based her paranoid views on a memo issued by the Justice Department earlier in the week that gives U.S. attorneys discretion, I was going to say excretion, over only because I'm 16 years old in my head, denaturalizing proceedings against people who have committed certain crimes, and that comes from the Daily Beast, who, by the way, we're speaking of Joy Reid, and the Daily Beast comes up. Who knew?
You mean Joyless Reid?
Joyless Reid. F him up was the quote. Men rescue women from suspected New York City subway attacker. This is why I want Zoran Mamama,
Zolatar.
Zolatar Manduvi, Baghdadi. I sort of want him to become mayor of New York, because this man wants to rid New York City of the police. And it's bad enough in the subways as it is. I like a New York City where on every subway platform there is a cop there. Wouldn't that be great? They're understaffed as it is. What, Mark?
Transit Authority?
You want cops. Well, you want New York PD there, man. You want them overlooking, because it gets strange. You know, when my daughter lived in New York, I said, you took the subway? It's like, do you know, in all the years I lived there, which was several, and I love New York City, I never took the subway once.
Oh.
I didn't have to. First of all, I love hiking, so I would hike blocks.
Second of all, you had limos.
And I had
get right down to it.
Yeah, I did have limos. I had limousines at my disposal.
You had your own driver.
I did. I had my own driver. Who, by the way, he just called me from Jersey the other day. Yeah, he said he just turned 85 or something.
Yeah.
And I said, God bless you. I love this guy. And you talk about no space between politics. A lot of space between me and my friend. This man is a dyed-in-the-wool. He's an old-school Democrat. He'll never change. He's a Trump hater, and he and I love each other.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with that. And I do believe...
Are you sure he loves you?
Yeah, I really am.
Uncle Dick.
I really am.
Same
Uncle Dick loves me. Uncle
He's a
Dick from
Trump
Northern
hater.
Nevada, and he's a Trump hater.
Shoot him in the face.
But this guy nobody is as nasty as Uncle Dick when it comes to Donald Trump.
yeah.
I mean, he's just straight to the point.
No, it's
shoot him in the face.
It's just stupid. You don't shoot someone in the... Uncle Dick, if you're listening, and I know you're not, you don't shoot someone in the face, okay?
No.
And especially the president. You just don't shoot. You don't shoot him in the face.
No. Somebody tried to.
I think I'm going to call him.
Oh, jeez. But anyway, so a man rescued a woman from a suspected NYC subway attacker. Male suspect charged after the incident at Brooklyn subway station last week, which a 20-year-old woman was targeted, resulting in several Good Samaritans stepping in to rescue her. 42-year-old Frederick Marshall allegedly began trying to argue with a woman, then grabbed her and locked her in a bear hug, at which point she screamed. Marshall, reportedly a stranger to the woman, followed her onto the J train platform at Norwood Avenue in Cypress Hills. Tensions escalated when he allegedly began arguing with her. Video footage shows the suspect wearing white as he held her onto her, tried to move her down the platform. Several people watched in disbelief as she screamed, and others followed the pair as they moved away from another train. Someone is heard shouting, "Let her go," repeatedly until the suspect finally does release her. However, when she tries to run away, suspect grabs her again. They fall to the ground. Several men then drag the suspect off the woman and appear to kick him. F him up, one man is heard saying. Good. Love those New Yorkers.
Yeah.
F him up because he's a bad guy. We'll be this after... Oh, you started again.
I did.
As one of the men walked away, he says to the suspect, someone tries to yell to you something, chill the F out, now you got him. Law enforcement said medical personnel. And by the way, thank God you did that, especially what... You know, the dude that took care of business almost went to jail for life for killing that guy.
Oh, I know.
Thank God he was let off. That was the right thing to do, New York. We'll be this after back on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Wanna buy a new car, but the price ain't right. Ain't that gold? Be a downside cheaper, yes I do. Started riding the bike. Listen, they're making milk out of powder. Yeah, they are. Got the babies crying. Poor baby, they know what that stuff is. Rent's gone up higher. Yes, it is. Got the parents lying. Lord, it's a real motherfucker. Yeah. Make you wanna run for cover. Good dog. Listen, got to go to a disco. Throw your troubles away. Dance to the music that the DJ plays. Well, all right. And then the lights come on. Yeah. Like you knew they would. That cold. Gone home and face the music. That don't sound too good. Ain't that cold? Listen. Lord, it's a real motherfucker. It'll make you wanna run for cover, yeah. And if you look, you will discover, yeah. Lord, it's a real motherfucker, yeah.
This is Outlaw Radio.
Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back, my friendlies. Welcome back, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, on Rumble, on X, and the finer stations in America. What's up, Wausau, Wisconsin, and Green Bay, and all the great surrounding towns, and all the great towns in that great state of Wisconsin. Thanks for spending time with Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Regarding, and it only happened just a few minutes ago, Tattoo Dave, our producer, in the middle of a story, a heartfelt story, I was trying to elicit emotion, and Tattoo Dave breaks in and says, we're not on YouTube. We're not on YouTube. The feed went down. Regarding... I received an email.
I was wrong.
From a certain somebody in Oregon, and Petey, where's my meaty? Sent me an email. He said, YouTube feed in the subject matter. He said, your YouTube feed is working fine.
Don't trust the truck driver.
No.
I got that from everybody.
No,
I lost it on my phone.
He had one more more sentence.
Sure he did.
Don't make me angry at Pete, because I will.
No, you won't.
Pete says, Dave is dumber than ass.
You know what? F you, Pete. Continue serving that and putting your head up as A, and whatever you do, it doesn't matter to me because I don't know you.
Take a
But
high
if you
road,
ever have the balls to come down here and sit in this room, we'll see who you are.
Let me ask Brother Mart and Mark
Marty.
Yes, sir.
let me ask you, would it not? How funny would it have been if Tattoo Dave had simply remarked, "Yeah, I am dumb as ass. I don't know if I'm as dumb. I don't know if I'm as dumb as ass, but I'm parallel."
You know what? The feed went off on my phone that I followed.
I understand
to stay
that.
with the chat.
I understand
and
that.
so I got concerned.
You realize Pete's a comedy writer?
Pete's an idiot, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh God.
Pete can go suck a you know what.
Well, I'll tell you what he's probably sucking on, a big old bong.
You bet your ass. he is.
Probably is. And I don't have a problem. I'll drive to Oregon. I don't give a shit.
Oh God, Pete, he's coming for you.
Did he say the S word?
I did, and I'm writing it down.
All right.
He's coming for you, Pete.
I have to edit that.
Be very worried. Oh boy.
Yeah, Pete knows that I'm the first to give up his address. I don't even have his address, by the way.
By the way,
I'll find him through his email address.
When he left, he was down here because his mother passed away, unfortunately.
Yeah, yes.
And the poor dog.
By the way, Pete, I know obviously he's watching and listening right now.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, Pete, this will be the last week of the white beard. This is it. This will be the last. I just can't put up with this anymore. I ran out of time today. Otherwise, I would have shaved it. I know, Pete, you like me clean shaven.
Yeah, he cares what you look like.
So when he left the last time, he goes, "Well, you know, my mom left behind this dog. It's blind."
Right.
And I said, "Well, okay." I was looking for a dog at the time. I said, "Well, let me." And at that time, I lived in a casino down the road, and he goes, "Oh, you don't want it?" I said, "No." He goes, "Well, don't be surprised because I'm throwing it over your fence tomorrow morning." And he hit me up in text. I was at work, and he said, "I did it." And I thought, I wouldn't put it past him.
No, he would do it.
I got back looking at my yard going, "Oh, no. I have a blind dog in my backyard."
I just find it odd that he would call me dumb as whatever because I was concerned that the feed dropped.
Dumber than ass.
Yeah.
I think that was the quote.
Dumber than ass.
I'm just a little bit. I'm a little bit bewildered by that.
Bewildered. You know why? Let me tell you, Tattoo Dave. This is why you're bewildered, because you're dumber than ass.
I guess so. I guess so.
Once you're dumber than ass.
I'm looking out for the show, and I'm a dumb as dumb whatever because
you're dumber than ass.
Yeah, my feed dropped because I follow the chat and try to stay in touch with the guys.
You're trying to do the due diligence to keep the show on course. One of the rare weekends that you're doing so, and I appreciate it very much.
I don't know. I do it every Saturday.
And then you get thrown under the bus by Pete in Oregon.
Well, when you're Pete the dumbass.
When you're dumber than
Where's
ass.
the music? Let's go. Let's
F
go.
this guy.
I got a big hour, including Kathy Griffin, who is wildly unrecognizable on the streets of L.A. these days. We'll be this after back on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Guess what, Radio Land? It's Tattoo Dave here, coming to you live on YouTube, Twitter, X, formerly known as X. Hey, Pete, why don't you get your ass down here? Come down here. Tell me that I'm dumb to my face. I dare you. All right? As for the rest of you, I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I can't believe that some idiot had the gall to fucking call me dumb because I was concerned that the feed dropped. But you know what? Fuck you, Pete. Come down here.
Girl, say hallelujah. 'Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. 'Cause Uptown Funk don't you hallelujah. Girls, sit you hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Before we leave, let me tell y'all a little something. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. I said uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you said and flown it. If you freak dead and own it. Don't brag about it, come show me. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you said and flown it. Well, it's Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe it, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh!
Doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
He just passed out. Hey, that didn't sound too bad.
Had to lighten them up loud.
Oh, man.
We're here with Matt.
Oh, yeah.
Had to lighten them.
Oh, little Outlaw Radio.
We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
I saw these pictures of Kathy Griffin, wildly unrecognizable on the streets of right here in Los Angeles. Holy cow, you think she's unattractive with makeup? This gets into my bones. Turn that up a little.
Long as we're together,
This is a new Doobie Brothers song. Of course, that's Michael. It's just tasty. They don't do songs like this anymore. It's so nice, man. It brings me back to my childhood.
Yeah, man.
You know, the kind of songs in the 70s that you'd hear and say, man, that's good stuff.
I wonder if they have another China Grove on this record somewhere.
I don't know if they have some hot rockin' ditty on there, but, you know, since Michael McDonald joined the band in '79, it became this sort of blue-eyed soul band, and somehow they reinvented themselves and just kicked ass.
Awesome.
Yeah, their first number one song was, their first number one song was before Michael McDonald. It was Old Black Water.
Oh, yeah.
That was their first number one, and then they hit it out of the park with What a Fool Believes. I believe those are their only two. Maybe they have another
I
one.
thought
But
China Grove was a big hit.
No. Well, it was a big hit. It was a big hit, but it wasn't number one.
Oh.
But What a Fool Believes, and their first number one song was "Oh Blackwater," which is still to this day my favorite.
Great.
Mississippi moon gonna keep on shining on.
Thank you
me.
for asking. My favorite Doobie Brothers ditty. Such a good little homage to that old lady, the Mississippi and the Blackwater. They're in New Orleans, Louisiana. I mean, it runs through other states as well, but I never had a bad time in the French Quarter in New Orleans.
Never been there, man.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best.
Great food, everything.
Even that funky sort of toilety smell in your nostrils. You know, I was there when I shot the Burt Reynolds movie. Wait, let me pick up the name. Okay. I was in a movie with Burt Reynolds. Did I mention that?
That is pretty weird.
But on the way back from that shoot the first time, we had a few hours. I said, we got to go into the French Quarter. I had like three and a half hours. I said, we're going in, and I bought the dude, what do you call those guys? The assistant, the TA? No, the
PA?
PA, the PA. So I bought him lunch and had just a great etouffee and a big old oyster po' boy and some gumbo. I love that stuff. Love Cajun food. And love Cajun folks. By and large, really the sweetest people, man. Except for you Wisconsinites. And you know that it's like, why would you compare us with there's a similarity there. There's a sweetness there. Kathy Griffin, wildly unrecognizable on the streets of L.A. I do have a couple Kathy drops. Tattoo Dave, do me a favor and look it up under Kathy, I think with a K. I think I spelled it correctly. Kathy, and this is one of these is she's talking about she's not afraid of Donald Trump, and this was after holding the decapitated head and so on. Let's go back in time with the unfunny and unrecognizable now here in the city of Los Angeles, Kathy Griffin.
I got fired from CNN on the ticker. I read it on the ticker.
Do you regret doing that and taking that photo?
Oh, no, I would do it again. In fact, if he wins, I'll do it again that night. Okay, yeah, that's how I roll. I'm Kathy Griffin, and I never learned my lesson. But I was on the no-fly list. I was on the Interpol list, which is the international version of the no-fly list. I was on something called the Five Eyes list, which is the terror watch list. And I was detained at every airport in America and overseas. They'd take my phone, they'd take my passport, go away for an indiscriminate amount of time. And I did make every show on that tour 7 years ago. But let me tell you, I'm still paying the price.
Well, yeah, you threatened the
I want you to
president's
know,
life,
I do
a-hole.
respect if people hate that photo, dislike the photo,
No, we hate
thought it was
you.
too far.
People worry-
That's what
I
the
mean-
First Amendment is.
Oh, yeah, as a comedian, that is what you stand on. He has suffered from 2 assassination attempts. So to hear you say that you would do it again if he's reelected, you're not worried about the consequences or the message that sends to people.
He hasn't suffered any consequences. I have. More than he has. In fact, I pay more taxes.
my
In fact,
gosh.
so do you. So everybody knows where
Is
I
that
stand
right?
politically.
Stop
That's not
for a
surprise.
second. Pause.
It's over. It's over.
Oh, okay. So you pay more taxes than Donald Trump. Is that right? Is that right? I dropped my cigar down here. I wonder where the hell it went.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, while you find it,
I'm not afraid of Donald Trump. He's a bully. I've dealt with older white guys trying to keep me down my whole life, my whole career.
Older white guys.
I love what I do. I love making people laugh more than anything in the world.
Pause. Then why don't you
I have learned over the
pause?
years that
Then why don't
sometimes
Then why don't you try doing it, Kathy? If you like making people laugh, it'd be fun for you to do that. Yeah, I'd love you to achieve your goal. Continue.
when you do stand up, sometimes people want, a joke that's out there and a little crazy. So regarding the image that I participated in, that apology absolutely stands. I feel
Liar.
horrible. But I just
No,
wanted
she
to
doesn't.
say, if you don't stand up, you get run over. And what's happening to me has never happened, ever, in the history of this great country.
If you do
Which is that
stand
a
up, you get
sitting
run over.
president of the United States
Yeah.
and his grown children and the First Lady are personally, I feel,
Here we go.
personally
I think she
trying
cries.
to ruin my life forever.
Oh, God.
Forever.
Oh.
I'm going to be honest. He broke me.
Me.
Please make me relevant. Please.
And then I was like, no, this isn't right. It's just not right.
She's crying.
And I apologize because that was the right thing to do and I meant it. I am teasing the president because this is America and you shouldn't have to die for it. The death threats that I'm getting are constant and
Liar.
they are detailed and they are
Liar.
serious and they are specific.
Liar.
And
Anybody
today
trying to
it's
shoot
me,
your head off?
and tomorrow it could be you.
No.
And now, with round-the-clock updates from Reuters
Okay,
journalists,
that's it.
here are today's top stories.
Oh, what a dumbass. What a dumbass. I got to tell you, Kathy Griffin, dumber than ass. Right?
Yep.
Wouldn't you think so?
Yes. Dumber than ass.
Yeah.
Once you're dumber than ass, you can't really go anywhere.
Comedian Kathy Griffin presented a wild appearance on the streets of Los Angeles just a few days ago. Media off guard. The 64-year-old anti-Trumper was seen without makeup. Have you seen these pictures?
No.
Anyone?
Oh, it's ugly.
Did you saw them?
Yes, it's horrible.
Holy crap.
Dave, you saw
Holy
'em?
crap. She was seen without makeup and walking with a man near her Kathy Griffin owns an $8.8 million Malibu home.
Of course she does.
No, I don't believe that.
Does that surprise you?
Oh, oh, God, I'm in the wrong, well, I'm in the same business.
She kind of looks like, Bart just showed me, he passed a picture over.
Yeah.
Carrot top and like a clown, like a.
If Carrot Top
white face.
were exceptionally ugly as a female,
yeah,
then that
He would look just like Kathy Griffin.
Yeah. Griffin has become, she owns an $8.8 million Malibu home. Oh, God,
if it didn't burn down.
I just want to end it right now. You can keep me from offing myself by buyingmeabourbon.com. Buymeabourbon.com. Buy me a
Let me
bourbon.
put that on camera for you. Put it back.
Buymeabourbon.com. Yeah, then I won't end things. Griffin has become known far more for her constant anti-Trump rants and unhinged antics than her supposed comedy. Because who finds her funny? Who the hell would pay to see that stupid broad? I would almost pay to see her without makeup, to go an hour and a half looking like that. Oh, it's just ugly.
Well, she used to do Howard Stern a lot. I
Yeah.
never understood why Stern had her on.
Well, but Stern, if you do the math these days on where Stern is, it ain't right. Last month, she turned election denier and insisted that the president did not win the White House in 24 in a free and fair election. Before that, she absurdly claimed that Trump will put her in an internment camp because of her opposition. Well, she looking like that?
Yeah, she needs to be in a nut
Well,
house.
I think that an internment camp would probably feed her better. She also insisted that it isn't prudent for people to have babies. It's not prudent. That's Kathy
So let's just
Griffin.
stop population.
Yeah, good God. This was someone remarked regarding her photo. Good God, her head looks a bit like that fake decapitated Trump head she showed off with a few years ago. Become what you mock, Kathy. Yeah, and does anybody know this singer, Lily Allen? She's a Brit.
Oh, I've heard of her.
So this gal from across the pond.
Yeah.
I've been a fan of her music for many years.
I see her. She dresses very provocatively on stage.
But her song, she's a great performer. She performs great little catchy ditties that I love. Lily Allen, however, it turns out to be a big dumbo, but you sort of expect it. She lives in England. That's who she is. And, most of those folks, including the Monty Python group, who I love Monty Python, but, most of them big Libby liberal dip-asses. And this is Lily Allen. This is abhorrent, what came out of her mouth. Now, tell me, in our comment section on YouTube, tell me if I'm the slightest bit out of line here in saying that her comments are so ridiculous and so stupid, and anyone could justify these comments by Lily Allen. I want you to think about this. Please give me a comment. What am I hearing over there, man? I keep hearing stuff by our producer. Supposed to be helping the show, but instead
Trying to pull up a Lily Allen song. But it's not working.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe next week if you remind me, or not. Why give her the publicity now? Even though I still like her songs, Lily Allen laughed about being unable to remember how many abortions she had.
Wow.
I can't remember exactly how many.
I'm guessing at least 4.
And I guess she's 40 years old. I would have. She's been around for years, but she must have started as a kid. So the Lost My Mind singer is adding, I want to say 5. This is Lily Allen in an interview. Sort of amazing.
Abortions, I've had a few, but then again, I can't remember exactly how many.
What, really?
Yeah.
Why didn't this come up in last week's episode when we were just talking about abortions?
Because I was just letting you run with it.
Reveal everything.
I can't remember, yeah. I think maybe like, I want to say 5. 4 or 5?
Yeah, I've heard about 5 too. Lily, I'm so happy I can say that.
You're proud of
you
it.
can say it, and no one came to shoot us down.
How about close your legs, broads?
Yeah.
How about birth control of any kind?
Close your legs.
Even if you're on the other side of the aisle with this abortion concept, to laugh about it,
It's sick,
to
man.
laugh about the.
I've had 4, maybe 6 or 7. It's
To laugh
wonderful.
about the killing of an unborn baby, and the little dip ass across the ponder who is interviewing her is laughing about it, and she's the one saying, before Lily, I think I've had 5.
Yeah.
It just it blows my mind. Okay, I don't know if this is one that I like. Let's play this again, because I really want this to be secreted in your mind, how nasty and rude about a baby's life Lily Allen is. Listen.
Nah, it went away.
Went away?
Yeah, it's not the right song.
No, we're not talking about the song.
Oh, you want to hear the... Okay.
Abortions, I've had a few, but then again, I can't remember exactly how many.
Pause.
Really?
Sinatra's spinning in his
Yeah,
grave.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
Sinatra
I
is...
can't remember how many.
Yeah, I can't remember how many.
Wow.
They stuck...
She's a dirty, filthy, stinking hooker.
Or, yes.
Yeah.
They stuck junk up there, and you can't remember how many times you went through this. I got to tell you, as a woman, if I were on that side of the fence and I went through it once, it would never, I would say never again. I would think, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how nasty this would be. Continue with Lily Allen and this dip ass who is interviewing her.
Yeah.
Why didn't this come up in last week's episode when we were just talking about abortions?
Because I was just letting you run with it.
Reveal everything.
I can't remember, yeah. I think maybe like, I want to say 5. 4 or 5?
Yeah, I've heard about 5 too. Lily, I'm so happy I can say that, and you can say it, and no one came to shoot us down.
What?
No one's going to shoot you down here in America either. No one's going to shoot you down, but we do know that you're ignorant pieces of crap who don't give an S about an unborn baby, who just love the idea and laugh about the fact that you killed 5 or 10 kids, children, little babies.
By the way, you have to be careful, like Mark said,
wow.
Prevention, of having kids, whatever, like the pills. Stuff. You can't trust a girl, because I was with a girl that she told me she was on the pill. The next day, she said, "Oh, they need to take me to a pharmacy. I need to buy the day after pill." I go, "Excuse me."
Yeah.
What the hell? Unless you see her take it, yeah, no.
Yeah, I would be a lot more in control.
Hey,
Would
what
you
the
stop
hell?
it? Stop this!
Who cares about her music?
Come on, man. British singer Lily Allen laughs about not
play
being
some
able to
background
remember
music.
how many abortions she had. Imagine thinking it's funny to not know how many of your own children you had killed. Not edgy, not empowering, simply effing heartbreaking. Last year, Allen claimed that having 2 kids totally ruined her music career and insisted that women can't have it all with regards to having both a family with a flourishing career. My children ruined my career, the FU singer said. Yeah, that's the song she's known for. And it's funny. It's a funny song. See, I can separate politics and idiot stick behavior with talent. And she has great talent when it comes to music. the FU singer, and you've
That's what I was playing.
Yeah, you probably all heard that. Said after being asked if she had to rethink career strategy after she had children, "I never really had a strategy when it comes to career, but yes, my children ruined my career." Ellen continued, after offering a caveat, I mean, dig this. I mean, I love them, and they complete me, but in terms of pop stardom, totally ruined it.
So wait a minute, how many children does she have?
Two.
And how many did she
Two.
kill?
Two.
So she killed more than she had.
Yes.
Okay.
At least 5, according to her. Yeah. The Not Fair singer went on to say that she finds it really annoying when people say that women can have it all with regards to children and a thriving career. It really annoys me when people say you can have it all because, quite frankly, you can't. Allen, who is a mother of 2, asserted. Wow, imagine being her children and having to hear this.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
Poor kids, man.
I couldn't imagine saying that.
Oh, my God.
I couldn't imagine. Even if it were true, I couldn't imagine saying that.
And look
Apparently
at all,
she has no qualms.
No,
and look at all the musicians that are big-time musicians that had kids throughout their touring years, throughout the recording years, that had kids. And, yes, you can have it all. You can.
Well, of course you can. And by the way, isn't motherhood sort of a blessed ideal? Isn't that a gorgeous thing?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Unless you're dumber than ass.
Yeah, if you're dumber than ass, that's a different animal. But, I mean, my daughter moved out of New York City, a town that she loved, first and foremost because it became dangerous. It became dangerous, and of course, the powers that be put up those nutty, deranged bastards in hotels there for free and given $2,000 Visa cards.
Yeah.
And so she had just had enough. I got to get out of here. Secondly, she wanted to meet a guy because she's in that age bracket now where she wants to have a child.
Yeah.
And if you're a female and you don't have that yearning, what's up with that? I mean, obviously, I don't know what that's like because I'm not a female.
Listen, my biological clock is ticking, okay?
But it's a thing. It's a thing. It's a real thing.
It is.
And one of the major things that separate a female from a male. And by the way, male and then female.
X.
Right? Male, fee.
Y.
It's part of the word male.
Feline. I
Feline.
don't know if that had
No,
anything to do
female.
with it,
No, feline has nothing to do with it.
Cat.
Superman star. God, how many incarnations of Superman are they going to come out?
I don't
with?
know, man.
75.
And they got a new one. It's crazy.
That's what he's...
Yeah, Superman star David Corn Sweat.
Yeah. Thanks, Marty.
Swaps the American Way motto for truth, justice, and good things.
Thanks for the thumbs up, Marty.
That's the new motto. Whew. Actor David Corn Sweat, who portrays the Man of Steel. You think
His
this
name's
is easy?
Corn Sweat?
Yes, Corn Sweat.
That's a great name, man.
Yeah, who portrays the Man of Steel in director
Yeah.
James Gunn's upcoming Superman movie. Really, another one?
Yeah, I know.
Has decided that the American Way part of the Superman motto just isn't working for him, so he altered the saying to truth, justice, and good things. Corn Sweat, who will be the 12th actor to portray the Man of Steel when the film opens on July 11th, just couldn't bring himself to include the American Way in the famed Superman slogan when he spoke to CBS Sunday Morning. As he spoke about the character he plays, Corn Sweat explained, and so that scene, I think, is the crux of that character that we see. And the reality is that when he doesn't have to be Superman, when he doesn't have to be this calm, reassuring presence to the public, when he doesn't have to symbolize safety and security and truth and justice and all those good things, he still feels those values. The slogan, of course, made famous in 1952 when it became a part of the opening segment of the TV series The Adventures of Superman, starring the late George Reeves. Did he kill himself? Did he?
I don't know.
You know, I don't, you know, nobody really knows for sure. They
George Reeves?
Yeah, George Reeves. They say he did, but no one really knows for sure. Introducing the superhero to TV audiences, the narrator says Superman fights a never-ending battle for truth, justice, and the American way. But that is so nasty to agree with the American way, which is truth and justice.
Who is George Reeves? I'm sorry.
Corn Sweat went on to claim that the new film will portray the Man of Steel as a more complex and angsty person as opposed to the rock-solid hero of the past. George Reeves was the guy who played the TV version, the first one,
Okay,
in 1952 as the Man of Steel.
Thank you. I was confusing him with Christopher Reeves. Obviously.
Yeah. But just like when a firefighter comes home or a paramedic comes home, they might get frustrated or they might panic about something where in the course of doing their jobs, they would never let themselves panic or yell or raise their voice or convey that kind of instability or uncertainty, he insists. And that's the idiot stick who is now portraying Superman in the new Superman movie. It's just America bad, every other nation great. It gets a little old, don't you think?
Yeah. Carrot sweat? Corn sweat.
Corn
sweat.
Corn sweat. And so if you've been watching Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio for at least a few months here on YouTube, on Rumble, on X, and the finest radio stations across the nation, then you know that, and not one to boast, I have gone on record as saying, when it comes to this Diddy trial, if you recall, I said
yes,
they haven't proven one RICO charge. I don't think he's going down with a massive sentence. Not one to boast, but of course, I told you that. If you've been watching, I went on record as saying that.
You did, but the judge did reject bail again.
But it's not RICO. And by the way, there in a celebration of the verdict outside the courtroom, there were slogans that are written on signs. It's not RICO, it's a FRICO.
That's ridiculous.
It doesn't take away from the fact that this Diddy character is really a despicable piece of crap.
Yeah, but how much chance did the prosecution have to prove their case?
They had to prove it,
and they didn't.
It's called they didn't have the evidence to prove RICO charges.
No,
I said this several months ago
did.
that there was no proof of RICO.
You even said it, I think, last week or the week before.
But he is getting charged with
I don't see this.
You cannot. They had to bring other folks in on this conspiracy
and it
along
still
with
didn't
Diddy.
work.
But the bottom line is it wasn't his business. He wasn't making money because of this. And RICO is a business. They brought that. Why aren't we going to break, man? The RICO charges were brought in to nail the mafia. That's all it was. And I did not see any RICO when it came to this nasty.
I think he's still going to do some time, though.
He is going to do 5 to 10. He's going to do.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you and I. Here we go.
As usual.
He will not do 5 years.
You think he's going to get time served?
I think he'll do time served, or maybe they'll tack on another year and a half, 2 years maximum. We'll be this after back on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
To go. I'm watching porn in my hotel dressing gown. And now I dream of you, but I still believe there's only enough for one in this lonely hotel suite. The journey's long and I feel so bad. I'm thinking back to the last day we had. Old fades into the night. Soon I know I'll be back with you. I'm nearly with you. I'm nearly with you. When I'm weak, I draw strength from you. And when you're lost, I know how to change your mood. And when I'm down, you breathe life over me. Even though we're not supposed, we have each other. watch our lips dance tonight. I draw strength from you, and when you're lost, I know how to change your mood. And when I'm down, you breathe life over me. Even my world's apart, we are just
Arbitron and search rated number 1.
This is Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt, the man who is always right. All right, let's readdress this from last hour. Tattoo Dave, in the middle of a moving story by yours truly, interrupted me by saying it appears the YouTube feed went down, and I appreciate that. If it did, in fact, go down. It turns out it did not. It was continuing, but Tattoo Dave, from his sources, it appeared that it went down. By the way, for those of you listening to us on the greatest radio stations in America, this doesn't affect you in any way. However, Pete from Oregon, Petey, where's my meaty, sent an email saying, regarding your YouTube feed, it works fine. Dave is dumber than ass.
Apparently, I am.
And we talked about this for a couple minutes. Well, Pete has followed up with another email, because I understand that while I was out of the room, Tattoo Dave, and this was only for you watching us on YouTube. So if you missed any part of this,
he went on
and listening to us on the great radio stations, you may want to find us Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, and that way you can find the part where, when I'm out of the room, he's talking to you folks about, I guess, Pete and so on. So I guess this...
I did a public service announcement.
Okay, public service. Public service. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is, so in response to that, which I didn't hear, I guess, is this is Pete, and Mark C.G. Boyer has the email.
Matt.
Yeah.
How can you
Get on that
find
mic. Yep.
joy in the net new day?
Can Mark read, or
do you want me to read it? Do you want me to read it?
Well,
just be quiet.
I mean, Mark was a cop.
Just make sure his microphone is up, and just a little bit more.
Okay, Officer Boyer,
go ahead. This comes
How can you find
This
joy
comes
in-
from Pete in Oregon.
How can you find joy in that new Doobie Brothers song, but feel nothing for 80s supergroup Asia?
Stop.
It's beyond me.
Okay, stop.
Maybe producer Dave isn't the only one there who's dumber than ass.
Oh, wow. Okay.
On one serious note, please tell Dave.
Get on the mic. Turn up the mic. Let's
I don't
hear
have
him.
to turn it up. He's not talking into it.
But if he's not talking
It's
into
up all the way.
Okay, go.
On a serious note, please tell Dave that I am truly sorry, that he is dumber than ass. His cell phone data feed and the show's YouTube feed are two entirely different things. Love, Pete.
What was the last words?
Love, Pete.
Oh, love Pete. Okay. All right. Okay.
All right. Oh, my challenge still stands, Pete. Come on down.
Oh, God.
Sit
Is that what he did?
Shut up, Marty.
This is what he
Come
does.
on down,
Don't tell me to
Pete.
shut up.
This is what.
All right, how about this? I'll just shut you up.
Hold on. This is what he does with everyone. It's always about
It's
a
not
fight.
about that. You know what? I'm dumb. I'm dumb because I was concerned that the show's
No,
feed
we've
was
already
not-
been through that bit. That bit's
Get over it, dude.
Yeah. It's just a joke.
Yeah,
just a joke.
I'm over it, but it's a joke reiterated.
Pete is a writer from Oregon, and
You're gonna make him triple,
by the way,
triple down.
he's a horseback rider.
Yep.
Yeah, from Oregon.
That doesn't surprise me.
By the way, Diddy fans are pouring baby oil on themselves in celebration of the verdict. Oh, jeez. Fans of disgraced music mogul Sean Diddy Combs sprayed themselves with baby oil outside the New York City cart. By the way, my my mic sounds like it's not as loud as it was last break.
It's up all the way.
Is it okay? Yeah. Oh God!
You know what our producer is?
What? Well, no, we need an engineer, not a. We need a.
Listen, I'm
we
telling
need a
you,
new
it's all the
engine-
way, and it's still in the red.
I heard you. That's why
I'm responding to Marty, who is
Dumber than
who Pete
ass.
should be calling dumber than ass, besides me.
Wait.
But
Boy, man, you
apparently we both are.
You wear crap on your sleeve, dude. I mean, it's really ugly.
Anyway, they're slapping themselves down with it. Hey, and as far as these RICO charges, the Diddy jury didn't see a major crime. Neither did I. I didn't either. He's a nasty guy. As male dancer sues Diddy for rape and $10 million lawsuit ahead of sex trafficking trial verdict. Did you hear about this one? Embattled music mogul Sean Diddy Combs has been hit with a fresh civil lawsuit launched late Tuesday by a male dancer accusing him of assault, battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligence, and sexual battery, as well as civil conspiracy alongside aiding and abetting. And that's raping a male guy. So something tells me that Diddy does not prefer females. Right? Am I going out on a limb here?
I think he just prefers sex, and it doesn't matter who.
Right. I'm with you on that, Dave.
I think.
And this is never ending. This is gonna be an ongoing.
And the thing is, I wouldn't give him a pass on anything.
I'll
In
double
fact-
down. I'll say he prefers males. Because if you're a male and you have sex with a male, you prefer males.
Well, and the fact that you can flaunt your girlfriend, your beautiful. I mean, Cassie is
Absolutely gorgeous.
Cassie Ventura is 100% gorgeous.
But
and the fact that you can watch her getting diddled by somebody else.
Well, yeah, but she was a part. She was such a nasty part of this, and the most damning, in my opinion, and it's not just my opinion, but the most damning thing was that hotel lobby or that hotel, the outside the elevators or outside his room. Him beating the living crap out of her.
No,
that is so evil,
That
so
is just
damning.
disgusting. It's
It is
disgusting.
so evil.
No, he's an a-hole.
He is such a piece of crap.
Yeah.
But the problem is, the jurors obviously listen to the judge, and there is no RICO.
Right.
So yes, he beat the hell out of her, and that is so terrible. Do your time for that, whatever that is.
That's about the blunt of it.
But there's,
really.
But
I
there's
don't
no
think-
RICO charges here.
I don't think that he's going to have.
I can't hear you. Talk to me.
I don't think he's going to have a lot of time in court for the civil cases.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get his dream legal team together.
Yeah.
They're going to get with everyone that is suing.
Right.
They're going to settle out of court.
Okay.
And then he's going to be done with it.
Yeah, I mean that would be the smart thing to do. Like obviously.
He doesn't have that kind
I
of
don't
money.
wish. I don't wish.
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a joke, Dave.
Hey, by the way, I don't wish anything good for this P. Diddy
Not at all.
whatsoever,
No,
man.
screw him.
Whatsoever. But I do like to see the courts work correctly.
Yeah, I agree with
I
that.
am a fan of that.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, O.J. Simpson was let off for God's sakes, and he killed 2 people. He killed 2 people.
He did?
I think he killed 2 people.
Possible.
Charlize Theron.
I think Kato did
another
it.
hot. That's food.
How
Like you always
nasty,
say.
nasty, sexy. How nasty, sexy is Charlie? She's got to be, 49, 50 now?
Probably.
But it doesn't even matter if she's 60. She is one hot POS. I mean, she really is. Oscar, but this may change. She's a big lefty as well. Big effing woke lefty, Charlize Theron. She might not be one to kiss and tell, but it appears that Charlize Theron is more happy
49.
bragging of the effing amazing time she and a 26-year-old admirer enjoyed together on a one-night stand. Mother of 2, Theron, was a guest on the episode of Alex Cooper's Call Her Daddy podcast. How do these things get hot? Call Her Daddy. How do these things get hot? By the way, that's the one that Kamala Harris spent, was it $500,000 or $1 million to redo the set exactly as it looks on this chick's friggin' stupid podcast. A podcast where I am happy to announce I haven't watched one of them. I have absolutely no interest.
There's only a couple of podcasts even worth watching.
Alex Cooper's Call Her Daddy podcast to promote her new movie, The Old Guard 2. This is, listen to this. And by the way, if you have kids in the room, if you have anyone that might be offended by foul language, Charlize uses some really foul language in this. This is on that nasty podcast called Alex Cooper's Call Her Daddy. This, my friends, Charlize Theron.
With women, it's always like, something must be wrong with her. She can't keep a man. She must be a real bitch. What a cunt. I love that I don't have to run every fucking thing by a guy. I'm having the kind of sex I never had in my 20s or in my 30s. We should be the ones that are like, fuck you. Like, I'm gonna have an orgasm. But I did just recently fuck a 26-year-old, and it was really fucking amazing. There's a casting for this movie, and you have to go on Saturday night, and they gave me the address, and it was this director's house. The little voice inside me definitely said, this isn't right. I remember like being furious with myself because I couldn't believe how I had let myself down. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you? Where the fuck? Why the fuck would you allow that? Until you are in this fucking environment, don't tell me how you're gonna behave.
She's a mother of two.
Nasty.
Can I borrow a cigarette, Marty?
What, Mark? That got you hot?
Well, yeah, I mean.
Mother of two, Theron.
Oh, her saying a C word first time. I'm like, okay, I'm in.
By the way, the first thing that came to mind for me was, so I effed this 26-year-old guy. Now,
and it was
imagine being that 26-year-old guy thinking, well, but I want a relationship now, right? Fat effing chance of that. And they even call it a one-night stand.
But let's turn the tables on that. If a guy in his late 40s, whatever she is, 49, does that to a 26-year-old girl, he says it, they're going to go, ooh, what a pig.
Oh, yeah, what a pig.
Slob.
What a pig. But she's laughing about it. Yeah. But I think about that 26. By the way, in my opinion, luckiest 26-year-old guy on the planet.
Absolutely, man.
I mean, absolute luckiest 26-year-old guy.
100%.
She, regardless of her politics, she is sexy and hot as hell.
Hey man, why are you ghosting me now, dude? Why are you ghosting me?
But honestly, very good at keeping her private life private.
What?
Okay, I'm gonna.
She is very good.
Do you mind if I ignore that?
Well, she is.
That's the stupidest statement I believe I've heard in years.
Aside from what you just said, nobody knows what she does.
Aside, that is
exposed herself.
She just exposed everything about her. Everything. The Monster Academy Award-winning actress was less than circumspect as she raved about her current sex life in general and the time shared with a young man in particular. I almost choked. I'm the last person to ask, Theron said when Cooper, 30, so that's a chick with a podcast, she's 30 years old, asked her for her best sex tip after a prolonged conversation about her approach to dating. She's on the dating app Raya, right? Does anyone know that one?
Nope.
I'm sounding very cocky here, but I think it's because I found you should be. You're a hot broad who is a well-known hot broad, Thoreau. Yeah, you should be cocky, of course. But see, no matter how famous you are and how hot you are, the age thing for women really nails them strong.
Oh,
so
big time.
she's thinking, I'm 49. I'm not that young gal anymore. She says, I'm sounding cocky here, but I think it's because I found this freedom in my 40s where I'm like, oh my God. So I just want to say this in perspective. I probably had 3 one-night stands in my entire life, but I did just recently F a 26-year-old, and it was great. Let me just say that this 26-year-old is the luckiest effing man walking on this damn planet. Cooper responded.
Down.
Yeah, Cooper said that. No, I
Is this
just
Brett
said,
Cooper?
Hands
Is
down.
her name Brett Cooper?
No. While Theron did not share any information concerning a recent date, she expressed a desire for women to prioritize their own self-pleasure in bed more frequently. That's where you and I have a disagreement. Orgasm, smorgasm. Come on. I understand it's tough. and it's obviously easy, and you know when it happens for men. You know, yeah, we have an easy thing there, but we have to put up with your yakking. So it's doesn't it even out a little bit? Anybody? Tattoo Dave.
Oh yeah.
It evens out
a little bit. We're in the deficit actually.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Actually,
Yep.
I think this is kind of like a thread throughout our conversation. Women who come across as confident women, who come across as outspoken, ones that wouldn't speak up for themselves, tend to also be in bed. People who want to please males, and I have found this in my experiences with talking to other women about this. Isn't it strange? We should be the ones that are like, F you, I'm going to have an orgasm. Well, I think it's fun when you have an orgasm,
Sure.
but it's... Listen, I've known many females in my life. I've had the greatest pleasures in my life. Thank you so much to my friends out there who I think we've had mutual pleasure.
Sure.
However, it's never been a priority for you gals to have orgasms. Am I right here? Am I right?
No, hold on.
Put your hands on the radio. Am I right?
But hold on. I
What?
take care of business, and I kind of.
I knew there'd be one of us who would say this.
No, I try to make sure that happens.
Well, we all try. We all try, but they can fake it. They can fake it. We can't.
But there's some
we
women.
can't fake it.
There's some women you even touch them, and they start.
Yes, you tremble.
They turn into
I
a
know.
fountain.
Okay, that's got to. I think that's a bleep.
No.
Yeah, that's too graphic.
Fountain.
Yeah.
Drinking
By the way, The Old Guard 2 is streaming on Netflix now, and she's also the same one that said these Trump foreign aid cuts are gonna F them, and she hates Donald Trump. She accuses his administration of making the cuts out of spite and vindictiveness, not sound policy, only because Donald Trump is a very bad man who just likes to see people suffer. That's, by the way, I'd become a liberal. I would become a liberal for a night, right? Am I wrong about that? I'm a guy.
Of course.
I become a liberal for a night.
I'd agree with everything she said.
All right, when we come back, Katy Perry was trapped inside a suspended ball, clinging for her life. I shouldn't smile when I say that, but she lived, and I'll tell you all about it next on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Hey, welcome back. Yeah, I know. The volume went down. I don't know what happened. Welcome back to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Let me get to this. I only have a couple minutes. Katy Perry trapped inside a suspended ball, clinging for life during an Australia concert. Trapped inside a giant ball. How about that? A concert malfunction that left her holding on for dear life during a Sunday performance in Australia. Video footage posted to social media shows Perry inside a giant suspended ball made of bars wide enough to slip through when suddenly the sphere tilted to one side, leaving the singer clinging to the frame and trying not to fall while she waited for crew members to rescue her.
Well, she is an astronaut.
I know. Why didn't she call Bezos? Yeah. Perry was left hanging for around 40 seconds with the lights out as crew members rushed to the stage to commandeer the giant metal ball. Have you noticed that things have not been good for her since she went to space?
Yeah.
Just things have gone down the friggin' rat hole since she went up there in space.
Those aliens don't like her.
Crew members then rushed the Dark Horse singer out of
I just find that funny.
Out of the area while confused and concerned fans looked on in horror. Notably, Perry's concert malfunction comes just one day after a similar incident transpired with another pop star. On Saturday, Beyonce experienced a technical glitch during a concert in Houston, Texas, when suspended car she was sitting on suddenly tilted sideways,
Sounds like a conspiracy.
prompting the singer to immediately halt her performance, leaving fans terrified. Yeah, terrified that they spent so many hundreds of dollars and they're not going to see the rest of the concert. Perry's horrifying concert incident also comes 1 week after her rumored breakup with TMZ, reporting that Orlando Bloom is psyched to let loose all the Bezos-Sanchez wedding, with all indications being that he is now a single man. Man, I'm telling you, things have been Suckville for her since she went up in space. The last Friday night singer, meanwhile, did not attend Jeff Bezos and Lauren Dirty Sanchez's 3-day luxury wedding in Venice and has been on tour instead. And drag queen Patty Gagne ends Pride Month with an anti-Trump tirade. Better to be an F-A-G-G-I, another name for a queer or gay.
Give it up for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then a fascist, celebrity drag queen Patty Gagne closed out LGBTQ E-I-E-I-O, and on this one there wasn't now LGBTQ I-A-E-I-O Pride Month with a vulgar, derogatory message for President Donald Trump. Well, why not end it on a high note? Patty Gagne, who's built a substantial social media following delivered a message for the president. Dear Trump, because we now know you're going to listen to this later, we have a little message for you because the muzzle doesn't work on us, bitch. Patty Gagne told the cheering crowd, climate change is real. Oh, right off the bat. Oh, right off the bat. What a dummy. What a dummy. Pride is a protest. Protect the dolls. Black lives still matter. We've never said that black lives don't matter. All lives matter. No one is illegal on stolen land. Every nation is living on stolen land. Every nation is stolen land.
Yep.
God, stop it, you stupid ass bites.
Give it up for yourself. Yeah.
Patty Gagne then employed a vulgar slur and a jab at President Trump and said, better to be an F-A-G-G-O-T than a fascist. Well, he's not a fascist, and he's not either one of them, by the way. And he doesn't call folks who are queer that word. He wouldn't. He doesn't believe that way. The man was a Democrat until he ran for president, for God's sakes. Yeah. And then you loved him, and then you all hated him.
He made it okay.
It's amazing how they flipped.
Oh, it's not amazing. I wish it were. They're just nasty bastards who don't give an F about the truth. Patty Gagne previously featured Vivian Wilson, the transgender son of White House advisor Elon Musk, in an anti-ICE drag show, and then a fundraiser, and then LGBT Pride group founder, and J.K. Rowling, hater, sentenced to 30 years in prison. Dig this. LGBTQ Pride group founder J.K. Rowling, hater, sentenced to 30 years in prison for child rape. Stephen Ireland, 30 years in prison for child rape. Now, being a member of LGBTQ and all that doesn't make you a rapist, but this piece of crap was.
Yeah.
Yes. God love you, J.K. Rowling, for continuing to do the right thing.
Yep.
And for continuing to be hot, aside from the fact that it appears she can write a tome or two. She's good. Thanks to Tattoo Dave.
Thank you.
Who, by the way,
yes,
dumber than ass.
Yeah, apparently.
All right. My brother Mark.
Dumber than ass. And
Dumber
Marty.
than Mark C.G. Boyer.
T and dumber than ass.
And my buddy out there slaving over hot coals. Is he?
I don't know.
Billy Dilly, I love you, Billy Dilly. Mom and Dad, love you very, very much. My daughter, Alexandra, not dumber than ass. My daughter could never be dumber than ass. Love you dearly. Milt Larson, a million times around the world. Milt Larson, proprietor of the Magic Castle in Hollywood. God bless you, my friend. God darn it, I wish you were still alive. He taught me that bumblebees can't fly. I'm Magic Matt. Thank you for choosing us. And subscribe, won't you? And put a comment or two on YouTube. Love you dearly. God bless you.